How's it going, everybody? It's Jay Fly, aka J100 here for the big game between my hometown Los Angeles Lakers and kind of my other hometown team, my home state team at least, the Golden State Warriors. Two teams I like a lot. We got Stephen Curry, we got Draymond Green, we got Kevon Looney, Jordan Poole, and Andrew Wiggins here in the starting five for the Warriors. Draymond, he's a baller, and we got LeBron, we got AD, we got Westbrook. And DeAndre Jordan and Kent Bazemore are actually making the start. I want to see a lot of Malik Monk today, so we'll get into that in a little bit. But tip-off is seconds away. Let's do a little intro. I'm drinking my Preseason. So we got this game opening up. DeAndre Jordan, nice finish at the basket, and then Kevon Looney, nice finish at the basket. So far the big men have all the points for the two teams. I'm excited to see Russell Westbrook here. I really want to see what it looks like to see what Russell Westbrook can do out here right now. TDs, what up, TDs? Glad to see you here on the stream. We should have somebody hopping on else here. I think we got one or two more people. But if not, I'll be here all night for the game. I'm excited for this Laker game, TDs. Let me know who you're looking for, what players you're looking to watch. I'm really looking at Russell Westbrook on the defensive end because I feel like he hasn't been very good defensively for the past few years. I think that's going to change this year. AD missing from top of the arc there. The big men are playing really good. DeAndre Jordan got a buck. Who else got a bucket? Come on, Looney. Ooh, this is a hot take. We were talking about this, TDs, on a show we had earlier. We had two NBA preview shows today. And I love Curry. I think he is a great point guard. And he's, if people think he's overrated, it's because they rate him so high. But he's definitely very valuable. Ball out. This is why I'm talking about Westbrook, because normally Curry would put up some crazy numbers like this against Westbrook. And Westbrook just taking a stupid shot. We're already starting out, fellas, with the Russell Westbrook idiot 0 IQ shot selection show. First shot of the game, terrible brick. Oh my goodness. This is the reason why I said when the Lakers first got Russell Westbrook, it's only one shot, it's early in the season. But they could have got Buddy Hield. They could have got somebody else. Instead we got Westbrook taking two dumb shots in a row. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Lakers, and we're only about 2 minutes in the game. Russell Westbrook, man. Anyway, TDs, my point was going to be that I think Russell Westbrook can play some defense, but no, he doesn't. He lets Curry take a wide-open three. He misses, but they get the offensive rebound. Draymond Green gets a layup, little floater. He misses two of them, and you got LeBron tipping to Russ. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It looks like Curry can drop 35, 10, and 7 tonight. The way Russell Westbrook started off playing defense, if he's going to be his old self, Curry's going to have a night. Let's see if Russell Westbrook could play a little bit better and play some defense. And Curry with the rebound, so it's helping your stats right there. And Giannis, oh my goodness, yeah, Giannis is such a beast. I'm a big Giannis guy. Yeah, he balled out. I love Giannis so much. Like, I was so excited for that game. I was watching it. I wanted to stream that game just because of how hyped I was the whole game. Giannis just had me hyped. That dunk he had on Harden. And Harden, his step-back threes, like, oh my goodness. Something about step-back threes. LeBron just has it is a two-pointer, but it's a nice little step-back, create some space. LeBron James is playing really well as well as to start off the first quarter of the season here. And Curry, another wide-open three, and he hits it, of course, because Curry's that guy. I picked Harden over Curry in fantasy today, just a little daily fantasy. They gave me a little free voucher, so I picked Harden over Curry. Thought he was gonna have to do more. He did. Harden did all right. He didn't have a great game, but he didn't play terrible. See what Curry does. Curry might go off. Yeah, TDs. Thank you. 100% agree. Buddy Hield is who the Lakers should have got. I think the Lakers have an easy championship this year if they took Buddy Hield over Russell Westbrook. Because you have guys, you have Rondo play point. You got LeBron that could just kind of be that guy who brings the ball up and starts the offense up. There's a lot of those Kyle Lowry who's available. If they can got Lowry and Hield, that would have been the best case scenario, if you have Lowry, a great point guard, and then Hill, a great shooter, or if they just would have brought literally any just point guard that can kind of do point guard duty while you have a shooter like Buddy Hill. But Malik Monk, that's a guy I'm excited for. I hope Malik Monk gets a lot of minutes tonight, and I hope he balls out because that's a guy that I'm really looking forward to. Bazemore is back. Bazemore will be playing today. So, yeah, and then bang, Mike Breen off of the Steph Curry 3. Yeah, Steph Curry is balling, man. I love some Steph Curry. Oh, Carmelo Anthony, another guy to look out for tonight. I thought he was going to start. They went with DeAndre Jordan and Kent Bazemore. So, I was a little bit surprised by that. You got Carmelo Anthony and you got Malik Monk, who I'm really high on this year. So we'll see what happens, though. I can't say that Malik Monk is like some superstar player, but I thought he was going to be starting tonight as well as Carmelo Anthony, who is an all-star for sure. I don't have to tell you who Carmelo Anthony is. Yeah, Cam Thomas did look bad. He was someone that people were hyped on. We talked about him in the NBA preview show. My sleeper kind of on the Nets is Javon Carter. I love Javon Carter, one of my favorite players in the league. Great player, great guy. I have stories about Javon Carter I'll get into later. But Cam Thomas was the guy who people were hyped about. He didn't look good at all. Yeah, and it was in garbage time too, when you would expect Cam Thomas to maybe show out a little bit. So, yeah, didn't look good. People are high on him, though. It's one game in. But like I tell everybody, the preseason does not matter. I don't care if you're undefeated in the preseason, Golden State. Lakers didn't win a game. I don't care about that. Don't care about the preseason. Regular season doesn't matter that much. But when you're Cam Thomas, it matters a lot because when you get time on the court, you have to show out at this spot. So, yeah, this is prime time. This is opening day for basketball. So you have to show out if you're the Lakers, if you're the Nets, if you're the Bucks, if you're the Warriors. This is the time to show out. So, to me, these games really matter. Any primetime game really, but specifically opening the season. But playoffs, that's what it matters. And I expect the Nets to play a lot better in the playoffs, hopefully, or they're not doing anything. They didn't play good at all today. I don't know if they're going to have Kyrie this year. And Kyrie, one of my favorite players, my favorite point guard for sure. So, yeah, going to need him, it looks like. Yeah, good at LSU. Good. I didn't really see him in college. I'm not going to lie about that. I didn't really see him in college. But I did know he made some noise in the preseason. Summer League, I heard he was a co-MVP. So, yeah, he's a guy who people are looking to produce in the NBA. But, yeah, a lot of these guys are stars in college, and then they don't do much after, which is fine, Get your degree, get that clout and all that stuff, because when you play college ball, life is good. So get all that. Sure, he, got himself like a little girlfriend or something like that, big chilling, little degree maybe. And Draymond Green just throws the ball completely out of bounds. Miscommunication. Someone's probably supposed to cut up or something. Cut the wrong way or something like that. Jalen Green. Yeah. I like Jalen Green a lot. I like Jalen Green. I also like Kevin Porter. I like both those guys. Those are two guys I'm really looking for to ball out. And I agree. Jalen Green is my prediction for the Rookie of the Year as well. I think he's going to get that. I think it's crazy. We haven't played a game yet, but I feel like Jalen Green's already secured that spot. I don't think Cade Cunningham is that good. And he's an OK State guy. I love Oklahoma. OU and Oklahoma State guys. Buddy Hield, shout out. But yeah, I don't see Cade Cunningham right now being all that. I think he's overhyped. He's injured. I think he's going to miss a few games, but yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, LeBron James, man, one of my favorite. I mean, this basketball season is really new, but you're going to hear and people tell me I'm going to say a lot of guys are my favorite players, and there's only a very small percentage of NBA players that I just really don't like because they're on a team that I like possibly, and they're not that good. I like the Hawks. Trae Young, I don't think he's that good. I think the Hawks need to ship him out, get rid of him, get a real point guard that could really play the position, really pass, facilitate, play defense, and score outside of drawing fouls that aren't going to be probably called this year. We'll see how that goes. I heard they're going to be more strict about that. So other than that, I really love every player. I'm a big fan of everybody. Luka Doncic is supposed to have a big year. Giannis should have a big year. Jokic. If the Nuggets can get a point guard, I'm thinking Ben Simmons, then get an elite point guard to pair up with Jokic, I think that's a contender. They could probably win it all. Yes, thank you, TDs. Cade is very overrated. I seen him playing college. That guy, I actually did see him play Oklahoma State. Wasn't very impressed, but I understand he's tall and you got a jump shot. He's got some handle, so I get that. I don't see that translating that big in the NBA. Like from what I've seen of him, I don't think he's as good as people have been saying. I think Cade Cunningham, as opposed to a guy like Trae Young, who already done some things, who I wouldn't say I do say I think Trae Young's overrated, but I bring him up because two players who I feel are overrated. Cade Cunningham has the height and the defensive capability to possibly stay in the league for a long time. That's a difference for me, because you can be overrated and do and kind of not live up to the hype and still be in the NBA for many years just because of your height and your physical capabilities. And that's something that I think that's why I don't like Trae Young. I don't think he has any of that. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about him now. But Durant is gonna be good. He could be a sleeper. Yeah, Durant. Oh, Duarte, my fault. I was like Durant. Yeah, Durant's good. I was like sleeper. Like that's why I was questioning. I was like, I don't think he's a sleeper. He's like the best player in the league. Yeah, Duarte. I think or Duarte. I gotta be up on game on that because I know he came out of Baylor, I believe. I remember hearing his name in the draft and hearing about him, I think in college this last year, but I don't know too much about him. I think I remember Chris Duarte. I think he's a shooter from like Oregon or from Baylor. It's a green school. I want to say Oregon now, but yeah, I do remember him now. I remember he's a shooter. I remember they were talking about him in the draft. So yeah, he might be a big time sleeper. That's a good look, TDs. I'm gonna look more into him. I think I looked into him in the draft, but yeah. Bandwagon jersey, Felke. Rockets. I know you're a Texas guy, Felke. You're from Canada, though, so I don't know if your Cowboys translates to the Mavs or the Rockets. But, yeah, this is just, again, I just like teams and jerseys and stuff like that. This is a throwback Hakeem Olajuwon jersey. Hakeem the Dream. So, showing some love to the Rockets today. I got a bunch of Lakers jerseys. Got a James Worthy jersey. Got a Kobe jersey. I do, for some reason, have some NBA jerseys. Have I have a Jason Richardson Warriors jersey throwback. Don't have a Curry. But yeah, I could have brought out a Warriors or a Lakers jersey today. You know what I should have done? Talking about Felke, I should have had my Lakers jersey on top of my Warriors jersey, and then if the Warriors like start blowing them out, I just rip it off and be like, all right, let's go Warriors. So I'm gonna do that one of these days. This would have been the perfect game because I have both jerseys and I do love both teams. But we'll talk about that later, Felke. That dude Garza from Iowa is a good late pick still in the drafts. Yeah, he was a baller. Garza was a baller. Yeah, I remember him for sure. That guy was a big deal. He was a steal because he was such a good player in college, and people I think that's not going to translate to the NBA. But if it does, and I think there's a good chance it does, that's a big steal. I'm surprised he fell so far in the draft. I remember being surprised. He got to like 53rd or 55th or something crazy like that, maybe 40-something. But yeah, Duarte from Oregon. Thanks, Tees. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, Oregon was what I was thinking after. I thought Baylor at first. I remember like some green school. But yeah, I do remember hearing about him. I think from what I remember at the time that, he's going to be a good player, but I got to look more into him. And Felke is a Raptors fan, so that's why you want an NFL team going to Canada. It makes sense. But yeah, I don't know if it could happen. I don't know. Probably make more sense than Europe, but we'll see what happens. Thoughts about this trade? Me, gain Steph, Wiggins, lost Tatum, Kyle Kuzma. That is actually a great trade for you. That's a great trade, Felke. Oh my goodness, that's a great trade. Like, the thing is, I would call that a steal. And this is why. Because people have overrated Kyle Kuzma, and I get it. I get why. They overrated him because he's playing on a bad team where you think he's going to put up a bunch of fantasy stats, and he's just going to go wild. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't see him. He's going to have some great games. Like, he's going to have a few really great games, but I don't see it being consistent with Kyle Kuzma. That's just my thing. I've been watching him play for a while. I don't see a lot of consistency. I don't think he's like that great. I think he's been overrated for a while playing with the great Lakers team. So I think that's a great trade. Jason Tatum's a great player, but Curry's, in my opinion, a way more valuable player than Jason Tatum. And Wiggins is a lot more valuable than Kyle Kuzma. So I think he won on both levels. He must have just really loved Jason Tatum or something like that. I'm not sure even why they made that trade, but I'll go on about that. I love Stephen Curry. I believe he's rated as like a top 5 player or top 3 player. No, I think he's a top 5, I want to say, behind – I want to say even 4, behind Giannis, Luka, and Jokic. And then I think it goes Curry and then Durant. And then it kind of goes on, obviously, at that point. But yeah, great pick. Yeah, Garza should have been earlier, man. Like, there's so much that goes into that Garza pick. and him falling. I know a lot of people have different opinions on that, but I definitely was surprised he wasn't a little bit earlier. But yeah, people who passed up on him, that's just more motivation for Garza to work hard and ball out, man. I hope he does. I wish him well. I really think he's a good story for the NBA, out of Iowa. Balled out in college, broke a bunch of college records for Iowa. So, yeah, I really think he should be doing something like that. Can you show the game, Ethan Davis? We do not have copyright consent from the National Basketball Association to actually show the game on here. Unfortunately, my bad, Ethan. It's just we're not able to do that. We get like in some kind of legal trouble taken down. I'm not 100% sure all the repercussions, but I will be here commentating the game and trying to talk about a little bit and talk really just answer your guys' comments. Any comments that come in, we'll talk about it. You can just reply anything that's on your mind. Sports, we will definitely talk about it, Ethan. And I'll let you know right now the score is 14-20. The Lakers have looked great so far. The Warriors haven't looked too bad themselves. It's just been defense on the Lakers' part, I think, needs to get better as this game goes forward. Curry, of course, is going to take advantage of that. The team's pretty good. They've missed a few shots they should have made on the Warriors' end. But, yeah, the Lakers have been doing good on offense, and I think they should win this game. The defense needs to pick up, though. That was against Tony Tucker. Tony might be watching these comments right now. Maybe Tony got something to say. He'll hop in for sure if he got something to say to you. Okay. LeBron's hairline is getting further back every year. Yeah, you know what's crazy? Modern technology, I guess, is his hairline was like crazy bad. He did something to get it back, and then now maybe he just like lost. He kind of stopped caring. He's married. His kids are older. He probably wants to settle more into the family role now, which I think he has been doing this past year during the pandemic and things like that. So I think he probably really, I don't know though. Maybe he does it. Maybe he just like, hey, I don't care because I'm me. I'm LeBron James. It doesn't matter. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely is. He's not caring about it as he used to. When you going to talk against the Raiders? LOL. Jason Thomas. I'm more the optimist. I kind of just hype teams up and like talk about how much I love all the teams and how great they are if they're doing great. I don't really talk too much trash. I did, and I don't know if you caught my show. I won't get into it right now. It's already old news. I did talk some trash about John Gruden and Mike Mayock with the Antonio Brown situation and everything going on with that. But the Raiders played great on Sunday. I think they're over that. They're ready to move on with their new coach, the special teams coach formerly. And I think the Raiders can do great. I think that they want to play for this guy, it looks like, from that one game. And, they look like they're happy to be moved on, starting a new chapter post-Gruden. So, and Derek Carr, we talked about this earlier. Derek Carr's a baller. He played great before Gruden. He's going to play even better without him. So, after him. So, can't believe they lost to the Texans. That's a trash I'll talk. You lost to the Texans in the playoffs. Even without Carr, you got to smack the Texans. That's a terrible loss. But anyway, other than that, Raiders are balling. I hope my boy Max Amos from Oral Roberts. Oh, yeah, bro. He gets drafted next year. Yeah, he balled out last year. He's little, too. He's little. He makes me feel. And I don't like to be that guy, because I hooped, and I'm not gonna talk about myself right now. But he's a guy that you're like, he's scoring so many points. You're like, yo, how are you not locking him up? He's so little, but he found a way to score every game that they played at Oral Roberts. That's another Oklahoma school. So shout out to Oral Roberts. They balled out in the tournament last year, and yeah, Max, that guy was balling, bro. Oh my goodness, he stuck out for me in the tournament for sure. I won't forget about him anytime soon. Drew, yeah. Okay, it's tough. Drew Holiday, one of my favorite players. How many times have I said that today? Just in the stream already. But one of my favorite players, oh my goodness, this guy's a baller. This guy's a legend. Like, Drew Holiday is a legend in California. Like, he's just a baller, bro. So Drew Holiday, get well soon, man. That was to me the biggest pickup of the offseason last year. I think that's the reason why the Bucks won the championship. Of course, Giannis is the reason why they won the championship, but they had Giannis. They weren't going to win it with Giannis and a bunch of scrubs. Not to be offensive to anyone on the team, they got a bunch of good players: Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez, Chris Middleton. It goes on. They have good players. Pat Connaughton, but you needed Drew Holiday. You really needed that point guard that could play great defense, play, make, and score. Drew Holiday's that guy for the Bucks, so he needs to get healthy if the Bucks want to make another run at the championship. Hope he gets better. Not good for your fantasy for sure. Anytime, trust me. I got CMC on the team. Derrick Henry thinks he's been carrying me, but yeah, I got injuries in any fantasy is just terrible. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, forget Gruden. He's whack. Derek Carr all day. Let's go. Yeah, I love Derek Carr. Derek Carr is, again, one of my favorite players. I'm going to say that all night. But I do like Derek Carr a lot. I really like Derek Carr a lot. There you go. Cowboys are better than the Raiders. That's actually would be an interesting matchup right now. I would love to see the Cowboys play the Raiders. That'd be a really exciting, fun game. I'd be watching that for sure. It'd be really close. I'd probably have the Raiders win that, but the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs on defense has been amazing. A pick six from Trayvon Diggs will probably get the Cowboys to win that game. But yeah, we'll see. It might be a Super Bowl matchup. Very possible that the Cowboys can meet the Raiders in the Super Bowl. The NFC is so tough that I don't want to say the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl yet. But if the Raiders can get past the Bills, I can see the Raiders in the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens. Score. Oh, Randy Pepperton, I got you. Let me get the score up for y'all. Man, I can't really put the score up on a basketball game. The score be changing like every 5 seconds. I'll just update you guys like verbally on the score because like when it changes because it's going to be way too much doing all that. Football is different. They score like every like 20 minutes. But right now it's 18-21. At halftime I'll put the score for halftime though. But Lakers up 21-18 right now. So Lakers are up. If anything, I'll figure something out. We might even put something up, have something else going, but we'll see what's popping, Randy. But welcome to the stream, Randy. He did a little Scottie Pippen. Oh, I think I missed that. I might have been looking down at the comments, but I just seen AD hit a shot. He's balling. Actually, I think I'm like 30 seconds behind. I gotta fast forward to the next commercial break, y'all. But the score right now is 18-23. Anthony Davis just hit a nice little, looked like a little fade away from the short corner. Reminds me of Isaiah Thomas. Yeah. You know, you get a player like that. Isaiah Thomas, though, oh my, like that guy was something else. If Max can do what Isaiah Thomas did in the NBA, like just watch out because Isaiah Thomas is baller. Yeah, really quick. Anthony Davis hit a little step back, short corner. But yeah, if anyone could play like Isaiah Thomas, man, that guy was a baller. But he was tiny too, but he could just like really get that ball. He could find a way to get that ball to the rim in almost any situation. Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't know who gave him a dime, but Anthony Davis off the alley-oop just rolled off, dove to the basket, easy 2 points. I think that was Rondo. I think that was Rondo who gave him a dime, and it makes sense because Rondo is one of the greatest passers in our game. It was Rondo. That's the kind of passing that you want. That's what I'm talking about. You didn't need Russell Westbrook. You got Rondo. Get Buddy Hield. Get another piece, and you'd have been straight. That was good. Hello, Phil. Oh yeah, Phil K is wild. Phil K is wild. You can't say nothing about the Cowboys with Phil K. I got a Texas team on Phil K. You're not showing no love, and I got Texas squad on my shirt right now. You still hating? All right, let's go. I can't find his jersey anywhere, dude. I want the white or rubber. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing about college. I don't know how you even find these jerseys. Like I don't really know of any college jersey that I've seen outside of like friends of friends. And we got Joe Morley on the stream. Joe Morley, what's poppin'? What up, Joe?
What's up, Jay? How you doing?
Good. Watching these Lakers. They're doing pretty good tonight. Got a lot of people in the comments. Oh, there you go, Joe. You got the score for y'all. There we go. It's gonna be live and updated.
I just thought I'd come and help you out a little bit, give you the scoreboard, but I'm not gonna stick around for long because one, basketball ain't my sport. We all know that.
Well, the Dodgers got the big dub today, Joe.
I know. I already put a new video up. People are hating on it, but I don't care. That victory right there just shows that the Dodgers are going to take the rest of the games. It's over. It's over for the Braves. But yeah, what's up, Jason? Raiders. That's right. Basketball back. So we got basketball going. We got baseball going now. We got football going. This is a great time of year for sports fans, right?
I love it. This is my time of year. I'm a big basketball football guy, Joe. So that's what I'm going to be preoccupied with. Hockey and baseball take a back seat, but I'll definitely watch it if it's on. I got some time. That's
right, Jason. They hate because they don't respect.
It's true. Raiders. I just talking about the Raiders going to Super Bowl right now, Joe, and you missed that.
I was watching it, but I wanted to come get this score up for you. I'll leave it up and then I'll take off. But I'll be watching. I'll be trying to catch in every once in a while, but. Have a good reaction. Hopefully the Lakers take it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who I should root for in this game, but
I guess this makes sense.
All right, you, Joe. There, Jay.
All right, Joe. Joe Morley stopping in on the War Zone. He got us this scoreboard here. So yes, things are on and popping. Let's see what's the best look for this scoreboard here. Let's see if we can get some. Nope, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. This one. All right, this is it. No, that's it. All right, cool. So we're good. Or that's it. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. Joe's just popping me in and out. How y'all feeling? Yeah, so we're good. All right, 18-28. Lakers just hit a 3. Let's see. But back Randy Pepperton, there's your score. So I hope you got it. I hope you like what's going on. Joe's fixing it up for us to make it look real nice and crisp and professional. If you can, if anyone knows how to find a college jersey, because I think they get paid now. I don't know if I know it's for advertisements, so I don't know if that's going to do anything for the jersey sales, but that'd be dope. There's some cool college jerseys out there. Maybe you just have to get it custom made. Jason Thomas trains puppies. Fun fact. It's pretty cool. But literally Raiders have nothing over the Cowboys. I don't know. The Raiders are looking pretty good. I think the Raiders have, possibly the better quarterback. Carr and Dak are really close. They're both borderline at top 10 spot. Carr, I think, has the better season, so I'd probably put Carr over Dak today, but it can literally flip-flop every week, really. But, I would love to see the Cowboys and Raiders too, Jason. I don't know who would win. Right now, I'd have to pick the Cowboys, but, I had to pick the Raiders, but the Cowboys would be really good. I wouldn't be surprised if they won. Both good teams. Yeah, Cowboys, Raiders are balling. Let's see. All right, let's go through this. All right, 21-30, Lakers just got another bucket. He said O-line going to the Cowboys. I'll give him that. I'll give the O-line to the Cowboys. QB, I'll give it to the Raiders right now. RB, you got Josh Jacobson, Drake versus Zeke and Pollard. Zeke and Pollard for sure. Defense, Max Crosby's nice, but then you got Trayvon Diggs on the other end. So, it'd be close. Michael Parsons nice too. But for sure, I think the wide receiver core is where the Cowboys really take it, because Amari and CeeDee Lamb are a lot better than Henry Ruggs and Brian Edwards for sure. Tight end, Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz are probably better than Darren Waller today, but Darren Waller has the potential to be better than both of them. Yeah, LeBron's a beast. LeBron definitely, what can you say about the guy? He's one of the best players in the league right now, for sure, and has been for the past decade. He's a baller. Yeah, AD's a beast. I think I missed the AD's dunk. Having fun reading y'all comments. Last game, I was intensely watching the whole game. I was just on it. I was like, all right, this is going on. I was hyping out, having a good night. Let's see. Isaiah Thomas was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome. Rockets. Show some respect to Hakeem Olajuwon, Felke. One of the greatest centers of the history of basketball. I want to watch more film of him because he's a beast. But yeah, love me some Keem. And I like H-Town. Shout out to H-Town. You're from Houston. Shout out. I love H-Town. Love Houston. Love the city. Love to go out and visit out in Houston. One of my favorite cities. Raiders. Shout out to Joe. TD's out here talking about some baseball. Let's see what TD's got to say about some baseball right now. Braves choked up. Momentum change. Yes. Momentum is important. The Dodgers can really take hold of this series with one more win, tie the series up, and then, it's all fair game. I like the Dodgers. I think they can win this series. Oh, my goodness. Carmelo just leveled Stephen Curry. That's a good call. I think AD's trying to complain. He's trying to say that he sold it. He maybe did sell it, but he probably didn't get leveled as hard as it looked. But and the ref was like, I know you didn't hit him like that, but you still hit him. He literally was like, I know. Oh, actually, I don't know. I think that was all acting. I think that was acting. Oh, he's shooting the free throws regardless. That might have been pure acting, though. It didn't look like he actually hit him. He definitely, the body went that way. It looked like Curry sold the hell out of that. That's a Trae Young stuff. I hope Curry doesn't start doing this. He doesn't do it that much. He does it sometimes, but Trae Young's whole career is built off this, off flopping on these shot attempts. Hope Curry don't start doing that. He's too good for that. He hates baseball. Yeah, I don't hate nothing really. I don't really hate any sport. I'm just not big on baseball or hockey, so I don't talk too much about it. But they're cool. I watch it. I like going live. Hockey and baseball are really fun live. But yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking about Joe. Respect you, Joe. You're bringing to the dark side. Oh man, some more comments here. All the love. Mike Evans. All right, here's a trade. All right, here goes the TD's trade. Oh my goodness, while you're talking about the trade, AD is just bullying them like little boys. Oh my goodness, that's 5 Warriors in the paint, and AD still came with the ball in the foul. Yo, AD Best big man, I mean, there's Giannis. I can't say best big man in the league anymore. Giannis and Jokic, but Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid and AD, best big man in the game. Man, what a beast! Yo. I love AD. AD is probably, again, one of my favorite players, but probably my favorite players in the Lakers. Probably my favorite Laker player on the squad right now. One of my favorite players in the league for sure, but for sure my favorite Laker. He's a baller. Lakers would probably not even be in the playoffs without him in the past few years. But he brought them to the championship after like years of not making the playoffs. So much love to AD. So I trade Mike Evans and Alex Collins for Scary Terry and Miles Sanders, whose schedule is way easier than Benny was. What are your thoughts? All right, so you traded Mike Evans and Alex Collins, and you got Terry and Miles Sanders. I think that's good because, all right, so Terry McLaurin is a better fantasy wide receiver than Mike Evans, although Mike Evans is a baller. He's going to get Fitzpatrick back eventually. That's the only thing about McLaurin. At the beginning of the season, McLaurin for Mike Evans, and I love Mike Evans, but that's a great trade. Fitzpatrick got hurt. He's done with the backup, but he's been good playing with bad quarterbacks his whole career. So he's still going to be a solid fantasy asset until Fitzpatrick comes back. But when Fitzpatrick comes back and Logan Thomas come back too, Logan Thomas and Scary Terry are the only targets in Washington. So, yeah, and you got Fitzpatrick throwing the ball. I'm going to love Terry McLaurin about week 8 or after the bye, week 10. I'm gonna love me some McLaurin. So that's a great trade. And Alex Collins is he's gonna be irrelevant probably after next week. He's injured right now, but Rashad Penny is coming back from the IR, so automatically he steps into a big role. And Chris Carson will be back soon too. And Chris Carson's obviously a lead back. He's a monster, a little mini beast mode, a mini Marshawn Lynch there. So yeah, Alex Collins is a throwaway player. I don't know why anyone would trade for him unless it was just to add on, which doesn't make any sense. Miles Sanders I actually like a lot. His schedule does get easier. And he's a baller. He does great things with the ball when he gets some touches, and he should get more touches. I think he leads the league top 5 running backs in snaps. So he's on the field like 80-something% of the time, which is more than almost any other running back. So that was a great trade. I love me some Miles Sanders. So personally, I think that was a great trade. And even if I'm not biased at all and just looking at just what people are saying, I mean, just the consensus is definitely that was a great trade. We got Tony Tucker in here. He might actually give you some advice on that. But I love this trade. Tony T, what's popping? I don't know how to make you equal to my size. There we go. What up, Tony T?
Not much. Just want to correct Fel K and you on that trade slander. He set you up for that, Jay.
What trade slander?
He set you up on that BS. What do you think of this trade? Of course you're going to say nice things to Fel K. Why wouldn't you?
What was the trade?
He's a Canadian.
What was the trade? Was Goody Dalton? What was the trade, though?
Jason Tatum and Kuzma for Curry and Wiggins.
Oh, yeah. He ruined you on that trade, Tony Tucker. I can't even – I'm not going to cap him on that, Tony Tucker. That was a bad trade on your end. Andrew Wiggins is a starting small forward on the Warriors that's only going to be getting better, and you got Steph Curry. I'm not big on Jason Tatum though, so that might be why. I'm not big on Jason Tatum in general, especially when Jaylen Brown comes back. Sorry, Tony Tucker. I got your back though. I got your back, but what? Now let's get Tony. Let's let you defend that trade though. What was going through your mind when you made that trade? It's not like ridiculously bad. I just think that you got the short end of it for sure.
Oh, I didn't get the short end of it at all because Wiggins is getting bumped out of minutes when Clay gets back. Wiggins is good, but he'll be shifted out. He'll still be productive. Kuzma, on the other hand, is going to be playing for a bad basketball team and just getting any shot he wants, anytime he wants it. He's putting up 24 a night in the East, and he's making an all-star team this year.
Did you watch what I said about the trade earlier?
I heard some of it.
Because I literally said everyone's thinking that Kyle Kuzma is going to get all these like points because he's on a bad team. I literally said exactly what you said. I just don't think that's going to be the case with Kyle Kuzma. But I think he will have some great night. It depends on what kind of league it is too. Because if it's like a best ball, like where your best player scores, Kyle Kuzma is going to be valuable because he's going to have some weeks where he just balls out and it adds up for him. But if it's like you got to bench people, it's going to be hard to pick when should I start Kyle Kuzma and when should I not. He's like a Naheem Hines of like the NBA. You don't know when you're going to, or J.D. McKissick. You don't know when I'm going to start him.
There won't really be any nights like that because the bench there's only 3 people on your bench.
Oh, okay. You're fine. And yeah, people are always injured and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's good. I mean, in that league, in that kind of format, it'll work out for you.
Remember the last time Kuzma was on? You remember the last time Kuzma was on a bad team? He got 18 a night. Now the man is walking around flossing a championship ring on his hand. You don't think that he's out there commanding respect. He doesn't have daddy LeBron looking over his shoulder every time. Did I do something wrong, LeBron? Are you going to send me to the bench? None of that. Bradley Beal is going to look at him and be like, okay, you're a champ. What do you got for me? He knows. He knows what time it is. And Jason Tatum is going to dominate. So I don't even want to hear any nonsense from Felke. Who's asking me? Somebody's asking me about a trade.
A new trade?
No, somebody in the trade in here is like asking me about a trade. What do you think of my trade?
It might be the
TDs is saying
the scary Terry. So Scary Terry and Miles Sanders is who he's getting. He's giving away Mike Evans and Alex Collins. I think that's an amazing trade. That's a better trade than what Felke got with you in the basketball trade.
I'm a big fan of Terry McLaurin. The only problem is they're talking that he's a little banged up. But I think
backup quarterback until Fitzpatrick comes back. That's it.
I think Fitzpatrick isn't. It's not going to make a difference. Oh, LeBron's out here looking really silky.
He just like big boys people, and then he just is so nice with everything else that it doesn't matter. Like he's a big man that plays like a guard. He's like I can't even think of anyone like that. Magic Johnson, I think, comes to mind. But I'm not gonna say he's Magic because I know he don't got the passing ability. But he bullies people and then he just hits them with a little jump shot, a little fadeaway jump shot over the top.
Jay, LeBron is one of the best passers of all time. What are you talking about? He doesn't have the passing ability. Here we
go, Tony Tucker. I'm a big LeBron fan, and I feel like you and Mike are just taking it to another level. I think because I know Mike called himself a bronze sexual, is what he called himself.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun, like hot takes when it comes to LeBron James this season. LeBron James is one of the best players of all time. I would say top 5 big men of all time. He's a dominant player. I just wouldn't call him one of the best passers of all time. I think he's one of the highest assists. He has a high assist total because of all the attention he's commanding because of how great he is inside, kicks out open threes. But I've seen Magic Johnson highlights where he's just doing crazy stuff. I ain't never seen LeBron do nothing like that before. But that's just my opinion. You've seen both of them play live, probably, Tony Tucker. So what do I know?
What are you talking about? It's like literally, what is that? That doesn't even make any sense. You haven't seen him make nice passes. He's out here giving everybody buckets. Whoever wants it, it doesn't matter. Big, small. I love it. He's looking fit. He's blocking shots, stealing basketballs, making Kent Bazemore look like he actually deserves to be on this team.
Wait, where's Malik Monk? Is that Malik Monk right there? Did he just turn the ball over? I think that was Malik Monk. I hope it wasn't. I hope that was Bazemore. I think it wasn't Malik. Yeah, it was Monk. Dang it. Come on, Monk.
I like Malik, and I think once he finds his rhythm and his shots in this offense, you got Carmelo stealing the ball from him. He's like, you don't get to touch it after you turn it over, punk. You don't get to touch it.
That's out of here.
He just went Debo on. He's like, that's my ball, fool. Look at, oh my goodness. Back to the D League, whoever you are. Don't know your name.
How do you feel about this, though? I talked about this earlier. Russell Westbrook, I think I've been saying this before the game. I think his defense is going to really step up from what it has been the past, maybe 5 years. It's been terrible. But it hasn't looked good so far in the first quarter, at least. How do you feel about Russell Westbrook on defense? I think LeBron and AD should be older mentors, or I don't even know if AD is older than him, but they should be, more experienced mentors, championship mentors, and help them kind of get back that motivation on defense.
I don't really think that Westbrook needs much of anything, really. Westbrook is a championship caliber player that hasn't been on a championship caliber team since the OKC Harden, Durant, Ibaka, Westbrook time, right? So I don't think that they really need to be in his ear unless he gets in one of those modes where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a 3-point shooter."
That's how he started the game off, Tony.
And he was taking some jumpers. I did like it. And really the only reason I'm even part of a live stream during a Lakers game is because it's game 1 and it's all fun. Like this this one isn't really going to be like whatever. But if this was like game 77 and they were fighting for home court advantage or something, I couldn't do this. I couldn't
Why?
sit here
You
and
getting
watch
upset?
it. Yeah, because even you just saying anything negative about the Lakers would have me cursing you out, and that's
It's not
not
even
fun.
anything negative. It's just he took some bad shots, but he's gotten better. Since, oh, here goes again, a little step back three. Terrible. Why would he do that? And like with like 20 seconds on the shot clock.
But I'm an irrational sports fan, so even just saying like, "Oh, the color yellow is kind of overrated," I'm like, "F you, get out of here! What are you talking about?"
Oh no, Russell Westbrook so far has been really disappointing for me. Like, and it's only a quarter and a half, but I just thought he would come out playing smarter, getting to the basket. You know,
I think he's made some those kind of patent moves where he drives to the bucket and just sort of leaves it there. I really, I think the one thing is just the health. Like, how is Vogel going to manage this? Because last year I made a bunch of videos screaming at Frank Vogel, please stop playing LeBron 46 minutes on a Tuesday in February in Detroit. You can't do this. And then the next game he gets injured. It's like, now that was a freak injury. Oh, come on. You got to see that pass right there. That's just because Dwight Howard doesn't have any hops left. 2013 Howard would have took that and tomahawked it.
But see, no, I want to make this clear. LeBron James is a fundamentally sound passer. He knows what he's doing with the ball in his hands and where to pass, where to place the ball. Of course, he's just not what I mean by he's not like a great. I don't think he's a great playmaker. Like he doesn't like you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. Like I want to make sure this makes sense because like again, if you double team LeBron and there's a guy open. LeBron James has good court vision. He's going to see him. He's going to make a pass to the guy. He's going to like, you know what I'm saying? Like he had Dwight Howard right there on that dive to the basket. But you see guys like Magic Johnson, and there's been other guys, even Ricky Rubio is a guy who doesn't do a lot of scoring for you and doesn't really do much outside of a little bit of defense and passing. But Ricky Rubio, he makes people open and you don't even see it coming.
Yeah.
Like, you won't even like see it. It's like he's not being double teamed. It's not like he has an open guy. He creates people and gets them open. I'm talking about guys like Rondo was like that in Boston.
You and Ricky Rubio's parents are the only one who believes what you just said. Like the Rubios and J-Fly. That is so absurd.
No, you gotta watch some Rubio tape. You gotta watch some Rubio tape, Tony, because he did some between his legs and someone else's legs. Center has the ball in his chest somehow. When the guy guarding doesn't know he got it.
I see what you want. You want the flash. You don't want efficiency. You don't want top 5 all time in every major category. You want and one mixtapes. You want Jason Williams. You want white chocolate. You want elbow passes. I see. It's good. You can have that, and you can never make the playoffs and be out every single year. You can take that with you, and you can put it on your YouTube reel. Ricky Rubio might be able to, whatever that nutmeg somebody, throw a ball between their legs or whatever. Ricky Rubio is not on LeBron's level on anything except for his ability to speak Spanish. That's it. That's the only thing.
LeBron James created Taco Tuesday. Put some respect on LeBron James' Spanish speaking skills. He created a whole taco phenomenon. Although I read into it. Technically, some guy from like the 20s or 40s really created it. LeBron just kind of like rebranded it or something. I don't know, but anyway, I give him
great Taco Tuesdays. He just he tried to do a trademark of it or whatever, so he could like buy it because he's a businessman and he's trying to take over the world.
Yes, and you know what? I'll tell you this. I started eating tacos a lot more ever since LeBron James came out with that Taco Tuesday thing. Just so you know, Tony Tucker. Because now on Tuesdays, I just feel like, let's go to a taco spot. Taco Tuesday, baby. Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what it is. I think, is it a TikTok or an Instagram thing or something?
This video where like every Tuesday, him and his like sons will be like, Taco Tuesday. And he just makes some like crazy little Spanish noises. And it's funny. But yeah, anyway, I like Taco Tuesday. And I like tacos. Really quick, Tony Tucker, this is for you. We were having such a good passing debate, but I wanted to bring this up. What was a good Houston song from the 90s? Because I can't think. I mean, here you go, the age thing. But I'm just saying, like, what's a good Houston song from the 90s?
Lil Troy, maybe? Like,
don't know what that is.
Lil Troy, wanna be a baller.
Oh, I've heard that.
Baller. I think he might have been Houston. I don't know. I don't remember Houston local hip hop artists?
I know who Houston gave us. It wasn't the 90s, but it was my guy Mike Jones.
Okay. They gave us. We got the best thing about Houston is Whitney Houston, and she was taken from us far too early. She's probably not even from Houston. But
I love Whitney
Houston. About Houston.
One of the best female, probably for me, the best female vocalists of all time. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I love some Whitney, man. She could really, she had pipes. But yeah. Oh, Paul Wall, shout out Houston. That's another good old school Houston rapper. Oh, Travis Scott. That's another one, Tony. All right, we're off this now. But Jason coming to UFD. Yep. Up for debate tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Come through. I know Dawson came in and we started getting in a heated debate. Yeah, Jason Thomas hates baseball, but he also just doesn't get it, is what he's saying. And I get it. Baseball is really slow, kind of boring. I don't want to call it boring. I like baseball. I like watching it. It is exciting. But yeah, I get it. I get why people think it's like it's hard to get. It's like they hit the ball and they stand there for a while and they run a little bit and then they stand there for a really long time and they switch. I get it. Sometimes it can be
playoff baseball is a lot more exciting, but game 104 of the regular season, it's a little tough to sit through that. And, I don't follow baseball that closely. But I'll watch the end of Dodger games that are good. If I notice they're on my phone and maybe the Dodgers are down by a run or up by a run, I'll tune in around the 6th, 7th inning. But I don't sit there and watch every single 162 games of baseball.
No, I agree. I like it live. I like baseball and hockey live more than watching it on TV. But playoff is fun. I like just to kind of see the last inning, see if something can pop off, and see what happens if it's on TV. But look at this, Tony Tucker. He said he's a Raiders fan. He will yell and throw away his unborn baby for a win.
Well, I can tell you right now that your unwedded wife has already divorced you for that comment because you can't be talking about chucking your child. Yeah, that's like
not in Texas. Here we go. That was just a little inside joke for Tony Tucker. Anyway, doesn't matter anymore. It's over. Rate the starting Steph. Oh, that was a great. If you have Steph as your point guard, you're already doing great. I don't know anyone that would give him away for anybody, unless it's like Giannis or something. And then you got Devin Booker, just playing Tony. Then you got Devin Booker. Fantasy, I'm a big Devin Booker guy. Like, it's a long story. People used to call him my twin when I had short hair. But Devin Booker is my guy. I don't know, like him for fantasy because he really just scores, doesn't really do much else for you in fantasy. But I love Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is one of the best players. I think he'd be good in fantasy when he gets healthy. LeBron obviously is a beast. Does everything for you, rebounding, scoring, passing, defense. Porzingis, if he can get it together, he can be a top fantasy player if he can finally do something with his life. And I love Draymond. Draymond's my guy. Let's go. And Wiggins is a baller too. So I like it. I'm giving you an A. What are you giving him, Tony Tucker?
It's like a solid C+. I mean, it's a good draft for somebody who showed up and put the work in. You downgraded. Your team would be a little bit stronger if you had Jason Tatum on it, but I get it. You did your best, buddy. Good job.
That's funny. Dawson saying hi. How you doing? It's FLK. Oh, that's funny.
Like he has LeBron. I could have asked for LeBron over Jason Tatum, but I had LeBron last year, and it was just really frustrating. And this year, I think there's going to be a little more load management where he's actually going to agree to take some games off, as to where I don't think Jason Tatum is going to be agreeing to take games off.
Yeah, no, and I think Jason Tatum is better than LeBron in fantasy this year, mainly because he is a guy in Boston. Him and Jaylen Brown are the guys in Boston. So Marcus Smart kind of there, but the Lakers, AD is their best player. So you got AD already. Russell Westbrook's going to take a lot of the fantasy stats and stats on that team. So then you got LeBron James kind of in there with those guys. Much rather have Jason Tatum for fantasy purposes. In real life, LeBron James all day though. But for fantasy, Jason Tatum. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Tatum can keep the the rebounds continuing to ascend, the points continue to ascend every single year. I basically got a player who's on the rise as opposed to Steph Curry, who this year isn't going to be just like jacking up shots like he was last year. I don't think Steph Curry is thinking, oh, the chance for me to be a good competitive team is that I have to score 32 points every night. I think they're going to want buckets out of Wiseman, Wiggins, this other guy that was the guy in the end of the first quarter who was just giving the business to the Lakers.
Jordan Poole? Oh, Bielitsa.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's another guy that I think they're going to try and lean on a little bit more for scoring. So if Curry's numbers go down a little bit in that department, maybe his assist numbers go up. Honestly, I like Jason Tatum better. That's why I made that trade. And I wanted Kuzma on my team. Had I been at the draft, I wouldn't have taken Steph Curry third. That's why I was like, somebody else should have him if they want him.
Yeah, third is a reach. I talked about him being a top 5, maybe 4. But I think the top 3 are pretty clear, though, right, Tony? We have Jokic, Giannis, and Luka. I think should be top 3 pretty clearly.
I like that. I mean, I could make a case for Anthony Davis. It depends on whatever. My problem is the health. We've never seen him play 75 games in a regular season, so I probably wouldn't use him as like a top 5 pick. But in that 3 range, I would have went Joker. I think Giannis went like 7th or something. Which
that's
to
ridiculous. Giannis should be a top 3 pick every single draft.
Yes, especially for fantasy because he does really everything, and you don't get penalized in this league for free throw shooting or field goal percentage. Like, there's no bonus for like guys that shoot higher or in like a 3-point percentage. His might be low. You don't get dinged for any of that stuff. So, I mean, Giannis had what tonight? 32, 15, and 8 or something.
66.5 fantasy points tonight.
Yeah. He's a monster. But the next guy I'm going to target is I'm going to find a way to get my boy Chris Middleton. I just gotta wait for him to have like a really kind of bad stretch.
I'm not high on Chris Middleton. You can't wait on them to have a bad stretch, Tony, because them having a bad stretch is just more of an indicator why I wouldn't want to trade for them. But what I will say, this is what I said earlier, Tony Tucker. Tell me if you agree or disagree with this, because I'm only in one major fantasy basketball league this year. I just joined last second, whatever. But I got Giannis with my 2nd pick, I believe it was.
Fucking ball.
But tell me if you. Oh, who is that? Oh, never mind. Airball that. But tell me if you agree with this. I think that Giannis was very underrated this offseason. I've compared him fantasy-wise to Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry, everyone said that he couldn't catch the ball. He couldn't run routes. He wasn't able to run like he did in the previous years. And I think the same thing is going on with Giannis in fantasy. People are thinking he can't shoot the ball, even though he's been working on it for the past few years, like Derrick Henry's been working on catching the ball. They say he's not going to be able to keep up what he's done the past few years. I think he's going to be able to keep it up. So if you're drafting still, I think Giannis is the Derrick Henry of the NBA. Draft him while you can.
Well, I'll say this: that I don't think that the one difference that I caught in there was that I don't think anybody was saying that Derrick Henry couldn't catch the ball. It's just how they weren't using him. They weren't getting him the ball in the passing game. But out of necessity, when all the receivers were gone and the offensive line is terrible in Tennessee, they kept giving him the ball. Giannis really can't shoot very well until this offseason. All of a sudden, we saw him making jumpers. And then tonight, I wasn't watching the game that closely, but I looked up a few times, and he was making shots. And I was like, oh, if this is sustainable, he's unstoppable. Because I had compared him to sort of a modern-day Shaq. He doesn't carry around the weight that Shaq does, but his dominance in the paint, I've only ever seen that from Shaquille O'Neal. Like, literally, I grew up a Pistons fan, and the finals where the Lakers beat the Pistons. I think it was like 2003 or whatever. It was the end of the run for the Kobe Shaq Lakers, right? There was a sports writer who was bragging about how because that Pistons team had a really great defense. They kept teams at an average like 68 points a game. The writer wrote that they shut down Shaq in the finals by shutting him down, he scored 36 points a night on like 65% shooting. Dominated him. The person they shut down was Kobe, and that's because they were able to run Tayshaun Prince and Rasheed and Rip Hamilton at him for 4 straight games, and that made it really tough because he always had, like a good, tenacious on-ball defender in the series. But Shaq tore up Ben Wallace in that series.
Side note, Tony, Stephen Curry's a really good rebounder as well. I think that's underrated. Like his, obviously he can shoot, but he boxed out Dwight Howard right now, and he got a rebound earlier in the paint amongst a lot of big bodies. He's an underrated rebounder.
Well, I mean, really good? Can you hear yourself?
What do you mean?
Really? Steph Curry's a really good rebounder?
I think so.
He's 6'1". What
He's
do you mean he's a really good rebounder? He's
my height. He's 6'3", Tony.
He's got lifts in his shoes. He's not a legit 6'3". Yeah,
I think he's a pretty good rebounder for a guard. Outside of like Ben Simmons and Luka Doncic and guys that are like not really guards, but technically are.
So this is the unit that I am most interested in watching for the Lakers is when you have, because I'm seeing Russell Westbrook play more off the ball than I think I've ever seen him play. And you got Rondo on the floor and Westbrook. It just doesn't work. It doesn't. You can't have Westbrook in the corner taking these threes. It'll be a really long, bad season, and I think he'll just be unhappy. I would much rather have Rondo in the corner who can make a corner three.
Yeah. And Rondo seems to make the right decision as well, like almost every time.
Yeah.
Where Westbrook can't seem to ever make the right decision.
Well, no, you're right. Rondo's in that class of better passers than LeBron James.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what just happened right now on the screen. I don't know what you're talking about. I seen him make a nice dime to AD right now. AD just missed it.
Yeah.
LeBron isn't a top 5 scorer of all time. Do you want to touch that topic at all, Tony?
LeBron isn't a top 5 scorer of all time.
The thing with top 5 and anything in the NBA is so tough because my top 5 automatically, when you talk about scoring, Michael Jordan's obviously number 1. But then you have to put guys like Will Chamberlain, Shaq. You know what I'm saying? You got to put these names in here, and that after a while, there's no room to anyone to be the top 5. So it's tough to say really who's the top 5, but Will Shaq,
come on,
they're in there. Who's that? Rondo? Oh, sheesh.
That a boy. Look at Bazemore. So I don't. Felke's just trying to he's just trying to get me going. I don't want to go into that. Because there's there's this weird thing that's been created by YouTube videos and House of Highlights and whatever as oh, I want a guy who can get a bucket, like this playground mentality. You know what it's like?
The playground mentality?
Yeah, like we're at the Y, and it's there's that one guy on your team when the game gets close who you want to go get you a bucket just so you can get the win. And that was a foul. Come on, man. Don't get a tech in night 1. No.
Russell Westbrook?
No, it's bullshit.
Bro, I'm going to tell you guys something. So I've only sat courtside at 2 games, and they both came during the COVID season because life was weird, and I was able to do that.
Hey, Richie Rich.
It wasn't even rich. It was the thing. It's COVID. It was cheap. No one wanted to go. Everyone was afraid of COVID. So I was able to go to 2. One was against the Wizards, Suns versus Wizards. It's in Arizona where everything's dirt cheap, Tony. It wasn't a Laker game. At that point, I'd be really rich. But anyway, let's go, Draymond. Oh, Draymond's mad. I love Draymond Green. He's one of my favorite players. But anyway,
you got a little body on that one. I'm not mad at that.
But Russell Westbrook, the whole entire game, he's yelling at everybody. He's yelling at the refs. He's yelling at his players. He's yelling just nonstop. I love watching. Russell Westbrook is worth whatever it costs to sit close enough to hear him just yell at everybody and be right. He's mad at fans. He's the best guy. Russell Westbrook, one of the best NBA players to watch live.
Here's this is the part that I'm most excited about having Russ for, is that he's so intense. And last year, AD is kind of so chill that you need somebody else on your team who also barks other than LeBron. And it can't be LeBron because when LeBron yells at you, it's like getting yelled at by your dad. Like, oh man, this guy that I really like is disappointed in me. You know,
I really like it. That's funny.
I'm being honest right now.
No, I get it. It just sounds so funny. Like, oh my goodness, I would never want to consider anyone my dad. Like, that'd be weird. I wouldn't even consider my own dad my dad if I ever talked to him. But
like with Russ's situation, it's like Russ is hungry to win. I think sacrifices are going to be made all year round for this team. And Vogel's going to have the biggest challenge of like trying to keep everybody happy. Because I'm seeing Carmelo out here with this lineup. And here's the truth about the situation. Right now, when everybody's healthy, Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers.
100%. Do you see that shot he just made right now? He's over the top on everybody.
With or without that shot, he's been doing it all night. My one complaint about Anthony Davis is he settles for too many three-pointers. I hate that shit. I do not want him taking 4 threes a game. You put on 25 pounds of muscle-ish or whatever you want to call it. Bielitsa's getting rebounds. Davis, get under the basket.
Look at that. Wow. That was a
Get
nice
some, Melo. Get some.
Hey, dude, the board. Carmelo. Hey, yeah, but that's the thing. I think LeBron's been taking too many threes. AD's been taking too many threes. These guys are some of the best big men that we've had in the history of the game. Not just now. History of the NBA. And they want to be taking these three-point shots because that's what the league's gone to now. Blame Steph Curry if you want for that, or give him credit for that, however you want to say it. But yeah, everyone wants to take threes, Tony. That's the game we're playing in now. No matter who you are. AD, LeBron, Russell Westbrook even, that can't shoot them. So
yes.
Oh, Curry got blocked.
I love that finish into halftime. That makes me feel very happy. That's
the Lakers should win this game.
They should. Yes, they definitely should.
Jordan Poole couldn't make a shot.
I'm 2 full possessions behind you.
Russ crying already, Tony.
I don't know why you just don't pause the stream. Am I doing that math right? Like, can't you sync? You're not watching the game with us live on camera. Can't you just drag the stream back or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm saying something else stupid that you guys will clip out and it'll click in my brain why I'm saying it wrong, but whatever. I don't give a shit. I want to talk about the Lakers because
talk about the Lakers.
That was a great way to close the half, right? They closed with defense and with scoring, and LeBron didn't have to do most of that by himself, right? Like in the past, you watched, and like if LeBron left the court, leads would evaporate a lot of time. Like he would, I'm not saying like every time it happened, but a lot of times it would happen, and it would be like, I would just be screaming at my TV because it's like he couldn't even get 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden, Caruso or KCP or somebody would take bad shots, and then the lead would be going away. But now you have a guy like Carmelo Anthony, who's one of the best sort of clear out, I'm going to score on you right now. Like, I think that's sort of what Felke was alluding to earlier, was like that LeBron's not that kind of a scorer, which it's stupid. He is that kind of a scorer. Carmelo's just very special at that sort of ISO ball. Give it to me. You're getting a bucket. I'm either driving or I'm going to make a shot over you.
Well, to Felke's point, there's like 30 top 5 scorers of all time in the NBA, and 25 of them are in the top 5 to a certain amount of people. But there's like 30 guys that are like LeBron James is one of them that could be a top 5 scorer for somebody, and you can't really get upset at it too. Larry Bird's another one. You can say he's a top 5 scorer of all time. There's a lot of them. Tim Duncan's one of them. You can say the top 5 scorer. Like KD, Carmelo. I put Melo like the younger Melo Ball, the Ball brother. He can get to the bucket. He scores like crazy. He was dropping like 100 points in high school. So like, there's so many guys that you can say it's like a top 5 scorer. It's just a ridiculous thing to try to say, I think.
Well, I think you also got to factor in, like, in the biggest moments of their life, who's hitting these big game-winning shots. And we've seen LeBron do that many times in his career. Like, even at 36 last year, in the game, he hit the 3-point shot against the Warriors.
Yeah. And
was
he
like-
was seeing 3 rims, Tony. He got beat up down low.
Okay, he might be a bit of a drama, a bit of a drama queen when it comes to that. Like he pointed, he's like, I can't even see my eye. I'm like, shut up, LeBron. Whatever.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, Tony? Is that I genuinely was like, oh, this guy got beat up bad. And then on Twitter, someone posted up like a Rocky Balboa clip where it's like the word for word exactly LeBron said that he just got it from the movie. He's like, I was seeing 3. Yeah. I was dying. I'm like, you see that movie yesterday? He's like, I got to use this. This is a good moment.
He did.
That was funny. Love me some LeBron.
Like, think about some of my favorite scorers of all time are guys that like you Monte Ellis was a guy who could score. He could fill it up with the best of them, but he was never like a guy where you like, oh, I got to have him. Even remember the new Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Not old school Zeke, like one of the best point guard next to Magic, in my opinion.
Cavalier Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, that guy, when he got rolling, could score with anybody. Like, there's just some guys who can do that. It's impressive.
It's that touch. Got that feel. Yeah, I feel that, Tony. I feel it.
Yeah, I would be.
TD's, Mike was out here. I'm going to put this kind of what Mike said right now. Mike was trying to say something. TD's got my bag. Melo was balling. Melo's a baller. People are sleeping on Melo too. Melo's a baller. Melo can do it all. Rebound. He can assist. Bucket. My favorite player in the league right now, personally, too bad he's on the Hornets where he's probably not going to do that much in the playoffs. But, yeah, Melo's a baller. Mike said don't let this man say these things. Melo's a baller. I put Melo my top 5 scorers right now. Melo, he can get a bucket. That's for sure.
Wait, who... You're talking about new Melo.
Yeah, Melo Ball.
I really like him. I need to see more before I make my real judgments on him. But I like him. I think he's a good player. There was some talk after the draft, like maybe he was drafted too early. I don't think so. I think he proved that last year. Again, these guys that play that reckless style of basketball, can they stay healthy? Like, he was all over the floor because just what the speed at which he attacks the rim, I don't know if that's going to be conducive for his health. There we go. Now they're just about to put on a little highlight of Anthony Davis, who's already grabbing his side. Anthony Street Clothes Davis, as Chuck calls him.
Well, I'll tell you this, Tony. Russell Westbrook was cheap in fantasy. They gave me a voucher of daily fantasy, so I decided to play. Russell Westbrook is really cheap. I picked him up for my point guard, and he is playing terrible. 2 points in the first half, 1 for 7 shooting. He's not getting to the basket, Tony. He's settling for jump shots. I think he's got to the basket once. So
let's see if they have any second half NBA for me here.
See, yeah, Mike. Definitely, Russ exchange with fans are crazy. That's what I was about to talk about. There was fans there that had Russell Westbrook OKC jerseys in Phoenix, and this was when he was on the Wizards. And yeah, he didn't care for them, and he didn't like any fans were talking trash to him. This one guy was getting a little taking it too far. He was saying crazy stuff, and Russ was like, he'd go back and forth and stuff like that. And me, I like Russ, so I kind of no bad things to say about Russ. But every time he checked in, we'd be like, Big Russ! And he would just be like giving people faces and stuff, looking at us weird. But he's cool. Got nothing but love for Russ. Russ is the beast. Mike, what's up? Shout out to Mike. Tony, I want you to be my dad's coach. Let him know it's going to be okay. Oh, Mike is the one that said I'm 2 full possessions behind. This is going to suck.
Yes.
Well,
wait, why does Jason want me to be his dad's coach? For what?
Dad's coach. You can coach him through like old age or whatever, I guess. I think that's what
he's doing. Shit. I think Jason's like my age. He wants me to talk to his old man.
I have no idea, Tony. I
thought Jason said he was older. Why is he's talking about 2000 Houston rappers? You got to be old if you know Houston rap scene like that. I mean, it's not like the Bay Area. We're not talking about Too Short and E40.
Well, you're from I know you're from Michigan, so I don't know. But I feel like Houston rap is more like influential than. I mean, I love the Bay Area. I'm from Bakersfield, whatever. I guess you could say whatever. But yeah, Tony, I don't know. If you gotta go E40 and Too Short versus Mike Jones and Paul Wall and Slim Thug, I gotta take Mike Jones.
Wait, Bay Area. That's like Digital Underground. That's like the Humpty Hump.
What about Mac Dre? Mac Dre's a big name. Drake's like, what? Mac Dre, I'm gonna do it for the Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can go. Travis Scott, Houston rap. You know, Travis Scott. Pilo's a new Bay Area rapper. If you know Pilo. Comment on here if you know who Pilo is, because I feel like no one knows who he is, but he's actually pretty dope. I mean, for Bay Area rap music, I like it. Oh, Mike says if he hops on the stream, Tony, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, no, I figured out what he was talking about after the whole thing. 14.5 fantasy points for him, huh? Let's go. Boom. Nothing like having a Kayvon Looney in your prize picks. No, I can't do that. That's stupid. Let's just throw money down the drain. I might as well burn the 20 instead, you know?
I mean, I think, is that illegal now? I don't know the rules.
I think it's always been illegal to burn money. What do you mean, is it illegal now?
Yeah, I don't know, Tony. I always wonder though, because you know, like our dollar, the deflation or whatever, or the implosion of the whatever, and the Fed, and then I'm just throwing out words that I hear a lot. I'm just playing, Tony.
I'll go with Draymond. Here we go.
Draymond, one of my favorite players of all time. But I'm not. What I'm not gonna say is I'm not gonna say I love Draymond so much. I don't think you can make a case for him being a top 5 scorer of all time. He's a great rebounder, defender, facilitator, even. But yeah, I can't say top 5 scorer for Draymond. Love Draymond. My favorite player right now. Are you talking about Spida from the Nuggets? Spida Campazzo? Or are you talking about Spida from like Spider-Man? What's his name? Donovan Mitchell, who I have on my fantasy team. I drafted him like second or third or something like that. I like both.
Or are we talking about Spida Season, who comes into the chat all the time? Spida, where you been?
Spida, where you at? Melo's a playmaker, great assist skills, and he's only getting better. Preach, TDs. Melo's a beast. You see, Melo's a beast. Everyone that knows basketball knows Melo's a top 5 scorer of all time, and he's a baller, and he can assist, and he can rebound, and he's like 6'7", playing the point naturally. So let's get it, playmaker.
Wait, you're talking about LaMelo still?
Melo Ball.
Okay.
Melo Ball, Tony Tuck. He could play make.
Melo Ball is barely a top 5 Ball family member. Like he's not in the NBA.
There's only 4.
He's played less than half a season in the NBA. What are you talking about?
Melo, it's all right. We got your back.
Oh my goodness, he's top.
Don't hate me with this. Oh, we had this Lem Barney guy back in the 50s that would have showed Melo what's what.
I'm not gonna give you the old guy speech. I'm just saying you gotta play one full. He didn't even win Rookie of the Year.
All right, Tony, question. Melo and Rookie of the Year is a stupid award in the NBA. I don't care for Rookie of the Year in the NBA. NFL, I care for.
But if he had won it, you'd be using it in your argument.
No, you know why I don't care for it? Because they gave, I think, was it Ben Simmons, like a Rookie of the Year? He wasn't even a rookie that year. It's just stupid. They just give it to whoever. It doesn't make any sense anymore. They give Rookie of the Year, I think, twice in the past like 5-6 years to guys who weren't even rookies. So I don't care about no Rookie of the Year award anymore. They should have gave it to Zion. I don't know how Zion didn't get Rookie of the Year with his year. So anyway, I don't care about this Rookie of the Year, Tony, because Zion should have got it. I think it was Mitchell should have got it, and Melo should have got it. None of those 3 got it because it's a stupid award that just the NBA didn't know what they're doing. But anyway, question for you, Tony. Your guy, Bob Cousy from this Boston Celtics, who's a legend, or Melo, who would you take? Because I know you got to see them both at least a few games when they were playing, and I got to experience the hype that they brought when they were playing. Who would you take, Bob Cousy or Melo?
Cousy's the guy who used to do the pass like this. He would dribble the ball and he would put his hand all over like this, and then he would go. Yeah, that was exciting. That was like Showtime, back in the day before they were doing all the crazy stuff. You can't compare basketball from that long ago.
I can. I'm gonna say Melo, but I love Cousy. I actually do like Kuzi a lot. You know what's crazy? They said that he had to retire from the NBA because his job at the bank said they were going to fire him if he didn't. That's a true story.
Bob Cousy didn't have a part-time gig.
No, that's a true story, Tony Tucker. No, look it up. Look it up, Tony Tucker. His job at the bank told him if he didn't retire from the NBA, it was taking too much of his time, that he was gonna get fired, lose his job at the bank. So he retired from the NBA so he can keep working at his job that was actually paying him. You know, it's like talking about the war zone. It's like your job is like, hey, Tony, you're spending too much time at the war zone. We need you here, full time. You'd be like, except for next year because the war zone is going to be $1 million company and people don't know yet.
I'm in for that. They got Usher at the courtside. Usher's he was an R&B artist from the 90s.
Usher. Yeah, he ruined one of my favorite songs, but then also it was okay because I liked it later on after I heard it a lot, so it's okay. He got on that song New Flame. I don't know if you heard Chris Brown featuring Rick Ross, New Flame, but Chris Brown has a lisp when he sings, and he had a line that he couldn't hit, and I liked it. It sounded cool. It sounded like different, interesting. But they ended up having Usher do his verse, and they took him off that verse because of the lisp. And then I was like, dang, it's ruined my song, but then I like it still, so I liked it.
This Christmas, the Chris Brown version is my favorite Christmas song.
This Christmas, that one? That was a movie, wasn't it?
I don't hear the lisp like other people hear it for Chris Brown, but my sister-in-law says the same thing.
Oh yeah, you can obviously you just gotta really listen to his songs, because if you just have it listening, you're just casually listen to it. But no, if you listen to how he sings the words, he said, "Got my attention." You may instead of saying attention, "Got my attention," he said, "You got my attention." Got my attention, making me want to say yo. He has I feel
like every comment I want to make right now travels down the wrong road. I
love Chris Brown, by the way. Probably my favorite singer, artist. Him, Justin Bieber, and Michael Jackson are my top three. That's just it for me.
I think he's a great entertainer. I'll go with that. I don't want my kids.
I know where you're getting at, Tony.
What?
Now you're getting at the Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather.
No. Nothing about that. I'm just saying that where I was going with it was sometimes I have conversations with people and then they say, I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm like, oh, it's just a regional speech thing.
Yeah, that's not a speech impediment. That's just how people, I've said that a lot. That's just a way of speaking that people use based on where they're at, who they're talking to, whatever. Let me ask you something. Yeah, it's different.
I was trying to find the right way to put it without sounding like a jerk. But when I hear it, when you were saying what you were saying, I was hearing it as, oh, well, maybe it's just a regional thing of where he comes from, which is why why are we spending this much time talking about Chris Brown?
Attention. He said, "Got my attention." You made it. I don't think he wants it to come off that way. That's not cool. It's not a thing. It's not
maybe it is. Maybe from whatever part of
he's from Virginia. Have you ever heard Robinson say, "Hey guys, let me get your attention"? Robson, they're both from Virginia.
Oh, well, you can't base everything on Robson.
And Robson said, "Hey, let me get your attention." I can't do a Robson voice and use that speech impediment. Attention. Just try to do that first, Tony Tucker.
Try to do. I gotta find his octave inside my brain.
Where he's I can't do it.
I can't do it right now. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear Robson's voice to make it happen.
That's hilarious. Right. But it's more words. It's more words. It's like do. I can't it's just weird. Anyway, enough Chris Brown. I love Chris Brown. Chris Brown, if you're listening, you're a beast. Keep it up. Third quarter just started again. Lakers up by 6. Frank Vogel looks like he's shocked for some reason. Doesn't know what's going on with his team right now. They're up. Tony is the worst team in the league. I don't know if that's true, but after that trade, it might be true.
Well, we're going to find out. I mean, we're going to have to play the season. There's injuries, there's trades, there's the waiver wire. It's a long year.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's true, though. Injuries are a big deal.
Yeah. As long as I beat Felke, all is good. And I've already got a great start this week because tonight I have Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins in my lineup. And then tomorrow night I have Jason Tatum and Kyle Kuzma.
Do you have to manually switch them like that, or does it just like it doesn't matter?
On Yahoo, you can just push the button and it'll start all your active players. And then each day you can sort of look and see if there's a conflict. You know, like sometimes on a Saturday, there'll be a bunch of games. You might have one guy on the bench, but they start the person with the highest projected points at each position.
Okay. That's cool. I just let mine ride. It just starts whoever does the best. That's what I like. 'Cause I like winners. That's how I like to do things. So I'm doing that. But but yeah. Oh, that's why Darren Waller's been on my bench for like 5 weeks in a row, Tony Tucker, because it automatically benches him when another tight end scores more. Another tight end's been Dawson Knox, baby. Let's go, except for this week. But anyway.
But that's like a best ball situation.
Yeah, they're all best ball. I only play best ball league besides our Warzone of Attrition League. Everything else is best ball, basketball, and football for me because I don't have time to be looking at these people who want to bet. Like this week, I had Christian McCaffrey in my IR starting. That's my running back, and that's what cost me the game against Max and Juancast. So if it was best ball, he was going to bench for trouble.
That boy, Russ.
Oh, Russ to the basket. Let's go, Russ. Yeah, that's what you do all day, Russ. That's easy. That's easy money. Oh, let's go, Russ. Let's go, Russ.
There it is. That's why LeBron traded you way back in Cleveland. Weak.
Oh, Wiggins? That's funny. What up, Joe? I don't know if this means, but maybe Tony does.
What happened?
What does PLO mean?
PLO GOAT?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mike's going to need to explain that. Explain yourself, Michael, on the microphone. Mike.
Well, Joe just says Mike sucks. Oh, he's talking about Spider Mitchell, by the way, earlier. Yeah, TD's Spider Mitchell. He's a beast. That's the guy I have on my fantasy team, not the other Spider. That's the Spider I have on my fantasy team.
Is that the guy who's on Sacramento?
Utah. No, that's Davion Mitchell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, never mind. I'm sorry. I knew who you were talking about.
Donovan Mitchell from the Jazz, Utah. Yeah, he's coming up. He's from Louisville. He's about to be a baller this year. People sleep. They're going to be woke.
On Donovan?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's about to show people who he is.
Yeah, Donovan's another guy I'm going to try and trade for.
Yeah, he's a baller. I reached for him and Giannis. Technically reached for Giannis, but I think that was a good pick. But I reached for Donovan because I think he's going to show out this year. He's gonna like make his name known. Let's see what happens though.
Last year I was 15-1 heading into the playoffs, and in the final 10 days of the regular season of basketball, I lost KD to injury, I lost LeBron to injury, I lost Russell Westbrook to injury, I lost De'Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell. I lost 7 starters on my roster. I had the most points by 2,800 points. I was destroying everybody. And by the time the playoffs were starting, I was starting Harrison Barnes, and like there was nobody left. 10 days. I was like, I wasted my whole fantasy, but every day I would check it, and I was just dominating everybody. And I just got crushed.
You literally just listed like every team, every player besides like Jaylen Brown that was injured that mattered last year. That was everyone was on your team.
I was crushing it. I had the best draft. I was just better than everybody.
I don't know. Like no one else that got injured last year that was on your team besides Jaylen Brown.
It was an 8-team league, so it wasn't super deep.
Well, it's worse because that means all the teams you're playing against also have superstars that aren't injured.
Jamal Murray went down.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's not. Oh, but you're saying he's a piece.
On my team. Like he was my fourth point guard and he was out.
You're like my worst player is also injured.
It was just a run of like I couldn't believe like it just kept happening over and over and over. Like everybody was some of those guys were obviously injured a little bit before the final 10 days, but
well, I'll tell you this. Melo is the best of his brothers. That's what TD's just said. And I agree. Going back to Melo, best of his brothers easily. Best in the league.
I can't believe you don't like Jello. Like you feel like the kind of guy that'd be like, oh, Jello's underrated. I saw him play at a Drew
League. Jello couldn't even go to China. I like Jello, but no, he's not better than Melo at all. Jello, Melo. How'd they get Zoe? They got Jello and Melo. It's not like Fellow or like Othello or
isn't it Alonzo?
Yeah, how do they get? Yeah, they get Zoe or Lonzo. It don't really go. They go with go. It don't go with Melo or Jello.
But I think they all end in O. That's the point.
And they all start technically with L, right? Lonzo, Jello, or was it Leangelo?
It's Leangelo, LaMelo, and Alonzo. Or Alonzo?
Yeah, that's what I started telling people. I was like, Lonzo is eventually going to be so good where people stop calling him Alonzo, but it hasn't happened yet because he hasn't been good yet. But he'll be good eventually, maybe in Chicago. And then, Melo's a baller. Melo, people know his name from the jump. They'd be like, oh, Melo? I don't know who. Everyone knows Melo.
It's one of those things where the Chicago Bulls on paper should be really good. But if they're not, Zach LaVine is just going to get taken. Like, he's going to take so much heat. They have to be good this year. Right?
I mean, I think I agree with you. It's just the only thing that's tough is that we've never seen the Bulls be good. The last time we heard of the Bulls being good was when a folk hero legend Michael Jordan was on the team and like.
Well, that's not true. Derrick Rose, those teams were good.
I don't think they were good. They weren't terrible. Obviously, they made the playoffs, but they haven't had a team that you think is like really going to like make a run, which I think is what they're thinking they have in Chicago now with all those stars they brought in, like 4 stars with DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic and Zach LaVine and Lonzo and Caruso even on the bench. I feel like Bulls fans think that they're like Cowboys fans this year, which I don't want to say that because the Bulls can. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls are in the Eastern Conference Finals this year because the Hawks were in it last year and the Hawks are stacked, but I can see the Bulls making a run and being there. But the fact is that we haven't seen that happen since Jordan.
Yeah, but okay, so didn't they run into one of the LeBron teams or wait, what year was it? With like Taj Gibson and whatever, like they had a good team where we thought they should be better than they were, and then there was just a bad run of injuries for Derrick Rose. That was it.
I think it was the year they ran to Philly in the first round and they lost 4-2 because Derrick Rose like tore his ACL. I think there might have been one year they made it to the first round or second and they faced the LeBron team and lost. But other than that, it was like first round exits.
Well, yeah, and sometimes people will go, oh, the league is better when the Bulls are good. I'm like, no, the league was better when Michael Jordan was in it. Don't get the two things confused. Like, it's a lot. It's way different because Zach LaVine isn't Michael Jordan. So it's not like Zach LaVine's going to be like, oh, this is must watch TV. I'm sorry. Having a stroke over here.
Say, I hope you're okay though. I heard that's a serious condition around. I'm just playing. All the old jokes, all the old age jokes have been coming, Tony, because you've just been bringing them on. So they're just like they just pop in my head. I want to stop because I don't.
Well, I couldn't make my lips say the words they needed to say. I was worried about myself for a second.
Wait, who did win a Rookie of the Year last year?
I thought Anthony Edwards did.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he
played all the games, and if you looked at it down the stretch, he made real improvements. LaMelo got hurt, so
why you guys say it like that, Tony?
Because I only know one Melo.
Melo Ball. What other Melo? Fat Melo? He died.
No, the Melo I know is the 4th best player from his draft class, and he's now trying to ride LeBron's coattails to an NBA championship.
Oh, Carmelo? Well, all I know is the Melo that I'm talking about was the best in his draft class, Tony.
Get it!
Let's go, Jordan Poole.
Oh, look at Russ. Oh, my gosh. Russ.
Look at Russ missed the layup, Tony Tucker. Oh, my goodness.
Russ.
He missed a layup, Tony. He missed a layup.
DeAndre, you're here for one job, buddy.
To rebound the ball, and it hasn't been working out.
Rebound. If you can't do that.
Bro, how did you miss that layup?
I don't know. He keeps acting like he's getting all this contact, but just make the basket, dude, because it's not like you're a good free throw shooter anyways.
Yeah, why? Yeah, I don't get that. Why are you trying to draw a foul? I get if he tries to draw a foul when some guy's gonna like completely block the hell out of his shot. I get that, but that hasn't been the case today, and not in that play.
I missed that prize picks. I was gonna put it in for Bazemore 4.5 points in the second half, and I skipped over it. Should have hit it.
That was fast. Well, TD said Melo did win Rookie of the Year, Tony. So
He did win Rookie of the Year. All right. Maybe I should look it up. Maybe I should get my facts straight. I thought Anthony Edwards was Rookie of the Year. Maybe
yeah,
it's just
I don't 100% know. I thought it would be Melo because he clearly is the best rookie, like by far. He's one of the best players in the NBA, even outside of rookie. So I wouldn't get why he wouldn't be Rookie of the Year. But they didn't give it to Zion. They didn't give it to Mitchell. So I would understand. Oh, Anthony Davis is a monster at the rim, bro. What? Yo, beast.
yeah, he's 7 feet tall. He should have dunked that ball. Larry Bird, I don't know why this comment is up there, but Larry Bird, yes. Top 5 scorer of all time if we want to go back to your stupid conversations.
Yeah, I like TDs. I don't care about Rookie of the Year in the NBA because it's been so stupid year after year. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't give it to Melo because how stupid the award has been. It's a joke at this point. There's no way that Ben Simmons should have won it when he wasn't a rookie. There's no way that Mitchell shouldn't have won it when he was a rookie. Mitchell was balling his rookie year. There's no way that Zion shouldn't have won it his rookie year, and there's no way that Melo shouldn't have won it his rookie year. So I wouldn't be surprised because the NBA they just do stupid things. I wonder if there's just like prop bets on Rookie of the Year and the NBA just racking in everyone's money. Now we're gonna get to some guy no one's ever heard of over the guy that everyone obviously thinks it's gonna be, you know? So I don't know. We'll see. Rookie of the Year, let's go, Melo.
Yeah, it says LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year.
Yep. They finally got one right, TDs. That's a win for us. Let's go, Melo. You know what's crazy? Almost everyone I know's favorite player is Melo, except for obviously I think Mike's LeBron, and yours is like some guy from the '60s or something.
You know what's funny is that you were saying you don't even care about the award. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And then I look it up that he won it, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's a win for us. You can't just pretend like all of a sudden it's a good thing now that it happened.
No, I'm saying it's a win for us as like humanity for like them finally get one right after all these years. You know what I'm saying? Like they never get it right. So the fact that they finally got one right, that's a win for us. Like in the NBA, because Adam Silver, I don't like Adam Silver as commissioner. I like David Stern. The NBA seemed to be going a lot better when they had Michael Jordan, they had Kobe Bryant, they had all these like great players. You know what I'm saying? We got like Kevin Durant, who's cool, LeBron, who's good, Melo now. But yeah, I feel like David Stern was just running things. You know what I'm saying? He would have gave the rookie year to like Kobe or something, or I don't know. But
they did some really weird things during the David Stern era because I remember when David Stern. There was like a press conference and they said the NBA is a league and we're professionals and these guys need to start dressing like it. And Allen Iverson can't come in all these like jumpsuits and it was like Kenyon Martin and all these and they're like these guys are going to start wearing suits to the arena and everything. And I was just like, wait, I'm like they're basketball players, right? Like what the hell do they need to wear a suit for? And it's like they need to act like David Stern did some weird stuff for sure.
That is actually weird. I don't think coaches or players or literally anybody in sports should have to wear any kind of like clothing, especially a suit. I can say like a polo shirt for a coach or something, but I just think that's kind of weird. Like what are we like on Wall Street or are we playing basketball, you know? But
yeah, I've never understood coaches on the sideline in a suit and a tie, right? Where it's like you're sweating. You're everybody else around you is in athletic gear or the same jersey your team is wearing, but yet you're in a Brooks Brothers suit. Like you shouldn't be like that. You don't need to be pitting out in a polyester wool blend jacket in an arena packed with 70,000 people screaming. You don't need that.
When I'm hooping and we're up by 40 points in the third quarter, the coach is like, all right, your night's done. We don't need you. And I go in the locker room and change out of my jersey. I don't put on a Burberry suit. I got a white tee on, whatever I have under. Keep the basketball shorts on. Just take the shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Just in my socks. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, Tony. You need to wear no suit. Okay, I just take the sweaty stuff on.
The basketball sandals, like the shower style
sandals. Yeah, those slides.
That every person who plays basketball has a pair of those in their gym bag that you can just slide on. Once you take, yes, exactly. You just get to slide them on. I think I've only ever owned like one pair of sandals like that in my life. I just don't like them.
I always have one of those on deck, always. Sometimes I have two when it carries over, you know what I'm saying? Like my last one's to my new ones, you know? Sometimes I have two for a little bit. But yeah, I always got to have a pair of those on deck, Tony. It's essential. Even though now I'm I would say retired hooper, you know, especially with these COVID days, seasons getting canceled and stuff. But yeah, I still rock the slides, Tony. It's a way of life.
Well, one of the Willie has a friend that coaches the what is it called again? The Shreveport Mavs.
That sounds dope.
And they are having open tryouts where you can send in videos. It's like a semi-professional basketball team in Dallas. You can send in your tape, and if you're good enough, they'll invite you to the open tryout to try out for the team.
Yeah, I would. Now I don't want to get into it, but that sounds cool. That sounds pretty cool. I got those stories, Tony. I won't get into it. It's just heartbreak.
I think it's just good content. It'd be fun to like go out there for a couple days and like sort of document you trying out for a semi-professional basketball team. That'd be fun.
Well, I have tried out for a semi-professional basketball team before, Tony Tucker.
No, I know. We talked about it.
It went well. No, it went well. They asked me to be on a practice team for some team. Actually, Nick Nurse was a coach for that team, by the way, which is I don't want to get into it too much. Now I'm doing too much, but yeah, it was doing too much. It's kind of like a bad story for me, but yeah, I made the team. I made the practice squad. But the crazy thing about those, I won't even get into it. But it was fun. Those tryouts are fun.
Check your clocks, people. They might be broken. Russell Westbrook just made a jumper.
Oh my goodness! Did I miss it, or was it that bank shot he made?
It was a banker.
Oh,
I heard you. What show was I listening to you earlier where you were talking about Toscano Anderson or something? You're like, oh, this guy's a baller. This guy can ball. This guy. He had like 3 good quarters against the Lakers last year.
Yeah, see that guy Toscano Anderson. So my friend played with him overseas, and he was like tearing it up overseas. Like he was nasty. So I'm just waiting to see that translate into the NBA. I know the NBA is more like entertainment market. It's like a guy who's a dominant wrestler in college isn't going to be dominant in the WWE his first few years or whatever. But I think eventually it's going to translate. And I feel like it's been, 2 years now he's been in the NBA?
So Toscano Anderson was dunking on a bunch of Bolivians or something, and you were like, oh, that'll translate to the NBA. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's a Mexican guy, so he was playing in Mexico, I guess, and then the NBA seen him. He was really tearing it up out there, just south of the border, Tony. So, not that far. Bolivia sounds like it's far. Like Mexico's like what? It's like a 5-hour drive from here.
Clay's taken this whole no marijuana testing thing to a new level. He just looks high. He just looks like.
He looks high all the time since I've known Klay Thompson to be a human. His interview.
Snarl.
LeBron. Okay, LeBron showing us some 2013 LeBron with the dunk. With the little goodness. And Dwight Howard out here too. Let's go, Dwight. But yeah, going back to Klay Thompson, I've seen him do interviews where it sounds like he's baked out of his mind. So I think maybe that's just who he is as a person.
Block it. He doesn't want any of that. He's 6'1.5".
Oh, Curry? Oh, is that Jordan Poole or is that Juan Toscano Anderson? I don't even. Oh no, Juan Toscano, he's on the block. Okay, that's Jordan Poole. That's my guy. Let's go, Jordan Poole. All right, there you go, TD. Jordan Poole doing something for us.
There's a top best defender of all time on AD.
But AD is an unstoppable force. It don't matter how good you are defense. He's going to score.
No, your guy.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny is when you say this guy's been balling overseas, his hometown thought he was like the next Michael Jordan or whatever. I don't know what part of Mexico he's from or whatever, but they thought he was the next whatever. And then you see him in the NBA and he can't catch a basketball. He can't catch like a 5-foot pass.
So my wife's cousin is a professional basketball player in the Philippines. And he's really good in the Philippines.
Yeah, no, but that's different. So I don't even go with this because I have Filipino friends from like Ilocos Norte, like different parts of the Philippines. And they're like, you should come to the PBA. You'd be like a center over here. And I'm like, how tall are these basketball players, Tony? They're all like 5'5". If I can be a center, I'm like 170 pounds, 6'3".
Yes.
Like Steph Curry out there.
Oh.
Do you think Steph Curry could be a center in the PBA, Tony? Oh my goodness, LeBron, what are you doing with your life?
He could be whatever he wanted.
Stephen Curry's like, I'll be the coach, the owner, the center, the point guard, shooting guard. He's a 6th man. How are you gonna be a 6th man if you start it?
Toscano Anderson, make me sick.
Is that a 3? Oh, Toscano Anderson, let's go. Let's go, JT.
Toscano season. I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta get my kids to bed.
Well, tell your kids that Toscano just hit a three, a big time three. JT.
Oh, right now they're online looking for Toscano Anderson jerseys. Actually, that's what they're doing.
They'll probably find him, Tony, because he's a very popular player.
Yeah, but they're gonna be in like another country. They're gonna be Polish Toscano Anderson jerseys.
The Warriors logo is gonna be like a bootleg logo someone drew up in their like basement or something like that out in some weird country.
Needs to be canceled. All right, I'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes.
All right, Tony, we'll see you. All right, back to these comments. I know we've been kind of sleeping on them a little bit. Jay on G, after I hoop, the Kyries come off and slide. Hey, TD's got some great content because first of all, I don't think I have anywhere because I think I split the wigs, but the Kyrie 4's most comfortable shoes I've ever had as a hooper. Right now, I'm because I was like transitioning into some other Kyrie 4's. I copped some Giannis Freak. I think they're like Freak Zoom 2s or something like that I just copped. They were cheap on the Nike website. Got them on sale. But yeah, and plus I'm not really hooping anymore like I used to. I haven't really hooped like that in a while because of like COVID and stuff. So, and I'm really out of shape. So I don't think I can run like even a full quarter of real life competitive basketball right now. But anyway, the Kyries are my shoes, bro. Oh my goodness, I was buckets in the Kyrie 4's. So yeah, but yeah, the slide's going right back on. It's 100. All right, let's see what we got in the comments, y'all. I know I'm kind of late here. Let's see what's popping here. Waller, that's what we pay Russ for. I don't know what it was. Missing layups, probably Mike. I don't know what the Lakers pay Russ for, but Davion Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell's little brother. So yeah, look out for him. He's gonna be a baller. He was good at Baylor, and I think he's gonna have a good year on the Kings. Low-key could be rookie of the year. I don't know. Who do y'all think? I mean, the award is stupid, so whatever we say probably won't even matter. But who do y'all think rookie of the year is gonna pop off this coming season? I think it's gonna be. I think Davion Mitchell's a good look. I can't say who I think it's gonna be because I can't even really name too many rookies off the top of my head this year. We had Duarte and we had Mitchell named so far. I think we had one more someone talked about earlier, but I don't even know who the first draft pick. I don't know. Oh no, Jalen Green, rookie of the year. Jalen Green, Houston Rockets. Jalen Green, rookie of the year. I think that's what's gonna happen. That's my pick officially right now. And then another guy who's good too. I forgot who it was. I'm not big on Kate Cunningham. We talked about this earlier though. Jason got some jokes. I see you, Jason. I think Tony actually caught us up with these comments. What are you on Raiders calls? I'm undefeated on all my calls. Raiders got that dub this week. Let's go. Yeah, Melo won. Yeah, Melo's a beast. I'm glad they finally got one right. Thanks for that, TDs. Even after missing 21 games. Yes, sir. Still did that. Tony's not here no more. He probably didn't put this on purpose, Phil. But yeah, his team. I told him he won the trade, Phil. I just give people my honest opinions, man. Nothing but love for Tony Tucker. Tony Tucker's my guy. I left him for love for Tony Tucker. But I do think he won that trade, Phil. And I told him. I explained it to him. And he's not having it. He's still saying he got that dub. So we'll see what's popping. And Stephen Curry just missed a three and looks like he injured his ankle. Oh no, he's just slipping. He's all right. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, he's taping it up. I think that's Curry getting the tape. He looks like he got tiny legs. That's an odd thing to say about an NBA player. Yeah, Steph Curry has some any time with injury though. Yeah, for sure. Tony Tucker won that trade. Okay. Travis Kelce or Devontae Adams? This is a great question, and I would say, and I love Devontae Adams, but I would say Travis Kelce, okay. And the reason I'm saying Travis Kelce is because there's only two tight ends I want. There's maybe three tight ends I want in fantasy football. One is Travis Kelce. Two is Dawson Knox, is injured right now, and he missed some of the game on Monday night. Didn't have his best night. And then third, of course, is a tight end that we all love, T.J. Hawkinson. But really, Travis Kelce, he blows Hawkins out the water. Hawkins had some really bad games. And Dawson Knox, he's hurt right now. Hopefully he's back for next week's game. But even then, Travis Kelce is still the T1, I think. Dawson Knox, I want to call it T1. It's really close. Dawson Knox could be the T1. But Travis Kelce is just really safe bet at tight end. Devontae Adams, there's so many good wide receivers right now. Cooper Kupp is a guy who's been balling out. There's so many good wide receivers that you could take. And Devontae Adams only had 12 points, fantasy points last week. So I don't know. You can get a lot better production, or you can get 12 points from a lot of wide receivers. So I'll take Travis. Kyrie threes. Okay, I'm gonna try to check those out. I had the fours. I'm gonna check the threes out. TDs. That might be my next hoop shoe if I have a next hoop shoe. Might retire forever. We don't know. It's just a point when you play at a high level and then, there's really no point. I mean, I can't play at that level anymore. Obviously, I haven't played really COVID and stuff, but my stamina is not where it used to be. But the point is like, yeah, there's no really reason for me to play at this high level anymore. I have no more hoop dreams. It's kind of sad. But but I'm doing other things. Doing this now, commenting on sports, music, comedy, and looking at working in finance and mortgage. So if anyone needs a refinance for their house or wants to purchase a house, I could probably give you a really good rate or whatever, because I'm going to be doing that pretty soon as far as it looks like. So yeah, Jalen Green, TDs, 100% with you on that. Great pick. That is the pick to go with. Mark Andrews, yeah, that's a guy that's always in the back of my mind. I love Mark Andrews, another Oklahoma guy, OU guy. The only thing is, it's tough. He balled out that one night though, so yeah, I have to at least mention his name. We have to at least put him in the conversation after he had 44 points or whatever that one night. Mark Andrews is a beast. But yeah, Mark Andrews, I would put 4, 5. Logan Thomas, I think it's healthy, maybe. I don't know. 5 is tough. I know Waller's there. Waller's been terrible this year. He's going to bounce back eventually. But yeah, it's tough. Tight end, that's what I'm saying, Phil. Okay, tight ends are tough. Look at this conversation we're having right now, where we have, like, we're trying to think of like 5 tight ends that are like, who are they? Like Mark Andrews is in that conversation from that one good game he had, and he had another solid one. T.J. Hawkinson had a few solid ones. Dawson Knox had a good handful of solid ones. Waller had that one good one, and then this past week wasn't too bad. But other than that, Travis Kelce's really that guy that's going to be consistent for you. So yeah, take Travis, bro. I don't really know what the situation is, but yeah, take Travis. So we got Russell Westbrook. So the game, 84-76. The Lakers have been in control of this game, it seems like, for the most part. Every time I look up, looks like they're in the lead. Looks like they're playing well. Carmelo Anthony just got a little head fake. Lee bid on it, got the foul. Cool design. I like how he designed his dreads. I'm going to have to get mine designed. I'm going to get mine designed soon. I got him just like out here, just loose right now. Get a little design popping. But yeah, Damon Lee, I don't know if he's the guy you want out there right now, especially guarding a power forward like Carmelo Anthony, who can score the bucket at will. He gets the bucket, score the basket, fadeaway post moves, pump fakes, head fakes. He bit on that hard. So yeah, y'all, this is what we got going on. All right, TDs, we'll see you soon. Appreciate you being on here. Tell you Tucker, hop back on in a bit. Appreciate you. Yeah, this is how we got it going right now, y'all. I'll take center stage on this again. You can still see that score, 76-85. Carmelo Anthony just did some kind of violation. He's laughing about it. Always good to see. LeBron's always very concerned, right? I mean, you gotta admire that about LeBron. He's concerned at all times. He wants to win, and I really respect that about LeBron James. The dude, he does every second of the game. He wants a competitive advantage. Oh, he can't pump fake the free throw. Carmelo. Oh man. Oh, there's Toscano Anderson. I think I have him on my daily fantasy team, but it's probably already over because of Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook. I don't know. I can't even find where it's at. Oh, it's right here. All right, y'all. Let's see who I got. Let's see how the fantasy squad is doing, y'all. Russell Westbrook has a whopping 9 points. So that's terrible. Jordan Poole has 17. Malik Monk has 13. Toscano Anderson has 10. Draymond has 20, and Dwight has 8. So, yeah, the Lakers game has been terrible for me. Yeah, it's not good. Russell Westbrook was definitely the reason why I'm going to lose this. I can't stand Russell Westbrook. He's the worst. He's the worst player. He's going to cause the Lakers a championship. That should be easy this year because Kyrie's not playing. But F it. It's all good. Should have picked up Curry or literally any other point guard right now. It's all good. I'm going to bring in my guy J150 in here probably pretty soon. I don't know yet. Should I bring him in? Let's see what's popping with J150 right now. See if he's around. Oh, yeah. Let's see what's popping. Brand new whip just hopped in. Ooh. J150, can you hear me? Let's see what's popping with him. Yo, what's popping, everybody? It's J150. Coming on real quick to say, Lakers smacking people. Malik Monk's balling. JT Toscano balling. Russell Westbrook does not know how to shoot a basketball. He's terrible. He should retire. Get someone else. Kyle Lowry, if you're still there. Lakers should every draft pick for Kyle Lowry. Just throw Russell Wilson in the deal just because. Russell Westbrook. Don't even remember his name. That's how bad he's been. So, yeah, it's been terrible. I'm going to just say, as Steph Curry draws another 3-point foul because that's what he does, and people still haven't figured out not to foul him on those. The Warriors might win this game, and if they do, it's all because of Russell Westbrook. And that's all I got to say about that. That's why I heard J150, baby. Let's get it. All right, J150, but I'm gonna have to say peace out to him. I don't know why this score went away, but there we go. Yeah, so game is going well, y'all. Let me know what y'all thinking about this game. The Lakers, the Warriors. Tony Tucker has adult responsibilities. He has young children. He's putting them to sleep right now. I heard it's a whole thing. I don't know anything about kids. I heard it's a whole thing to put kids to bed. Like you gotta I don't know. You gotta there's a whole thing, like the whole system or the whole progression of things. I don't know. I really don't know because I don't have any kids. If I ever have kids, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, maybe one day. I know some cool people. I know some cool girls out there that probably would make good mothers. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what we got popping off right now. Whew, it's been a good game. It's a one possession game right now. Curry makes his free throw, which he just did. It's a 2-point game. Looks like we're about to go into the fourth quarter. 7 seconds left. Russell Westbrook with the ball. He's dribbling up the court. Oh, he got ripped. Oh, he's terrible. Get this guy off of my team. Oh, my goodness. And they couldn't capitalize on that. Now let's see what his fantasy points are at because it's probably less than it was. 8.4. Yeah, Russell Westbrook is terrible at basketball. Let's see if we have this. See if we can do this for y'all real quick. Tony Tucker's back. Let's get it. Well, he's not back, but he'll be back soon, y'all. Don't you worry about that. He'll be back. Tony Tucker. Hey, Tony Tucker, real quick. Breaking news. Russell Westbrook is not good at basketball.
Oh, end of that. I'm watching it and I'm like, what are you doing? You're taking on a double team. You don't have to do that anymore.
See, and this is why I say that. And Sergeant, I don't know if he's in here right now, but we debate about this. And there's some people that think this, Tony Tucker. They think your athleticism is based off of your vertical, right? So Tom Brady doesn't have a great vertical. Some people say he's not athletic, but I think a big part about athletics is making the smart play. You know what I'm saying? That was not smart. Why would you do that? That could have tied the game at the end of the quarter. Turnover, easy fast break. Why would you do that, Tony? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I do think that there is something that you have to factor in, whatever we could call it, mental athleticism, if you wanted to. Because we can all agree that Jerry Rice is not as athletically gifted as Calvin Johnson, DK Metcalf, any of these guys.
Physically, DK Metcalf's like a crazy physical,
he's the fastest guy, he's the biggest guy, everything. But Jerry Rice was always open, could always get open. Never had any problems doing that. It's the same thing in let's keep it in the basketball world. Jason Kidd at the end of his career, not athletic at all, but was very good, very smart, and played all the way up until the end and was a contributor on a team that won a championship.
Oh, yeah, Dirk.
Yeah, Westbrook cannot try and dribble through a team like that and get ripped in a big game.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing real quick, too. In a big game, he won't even touch the ball in that scenario.
Well, now this is the problem.
That'll be LeBron dribbling
But this
the
is
ball.
the problem, Tony. This now, because I talked about this earlier today on both shows. I believe both shows, for sure my show. But Russell Westbrook, yeah, he can't have the ball in any kind of clutch situation. In the last 6 minutes of the game, if it's close, he can't touch the ball unless if it's off a pass for a dunk or off a nice a driving lane. But the problem is I think he is going to touch these. I think he is going to ask for these balls and get the ball. And that's the problem with the Lakers. That's going to be the problem if he's doing that, especially in the playoffs. Because he lost Kevin Durant a lot of playoff games back in OKC, Tony.
Yeah, I don't remember them that clearly, like off the top of my head.
No, I do. I look closely, Tony. I remember I was looking closely. I was like, 20 seconds on shot clock. Why are you taking that three? You're down by 1. And Kevin Durant was looking at him like, Kevin Durant's not that expressive. He'll just be like, he'll just say like something, but you don't even know what he's saying. Probably like, I don't know, like, come on, I don't know what he's saying. But yeah, I remember those days. And that's why I didn't like Westbrook in OKC because I like Kevin Durant. And I stopped liking Kevin Durant because he didn't leave OKC. And when he left OKC, I was Kevin Durant's #1 guy. He was my favorite player on the Warriors. He finally decided that he wanted to win a championship and stop playing with Russell Westbrook. And I won him a championship, Tony. The first year when he stopped playing with Russell Westbrook, NBA championship, 2 in a row. So it worked. All right, anyway, Malik Monk has the ball. Let's go, Malik.
I'm really excited about Malik Monk right now and how he's
same.
How he's
Carmelo's been playing good too. Carmelo's the head fakes, the pump fakes. Malik just missed the 3 though.
Oh,
Jordan Poole, he's a baller. Yeah, in fantasy right now, Russell Westbrook has 8 points for me, while Jordan Poole has like 20 something.
Wait, who do you have on your team?
I had this is just a daily one because it was free. My actual team, I have Giannis and Draymond, but on this team, I picked up Russell Westbrook because he was cheap, and I was like, oh, he's cheap, he should get something, right? And I picked up Jordan Poole because he was also cheap, and Jordan Poole has 20 something points, and Russell Westbrook has 8.
Yeah. Westbrook is killing my prize picks, but worse than that, he's killing the Lakers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what was that? But I don't understand most of the things that Russell Westbrook does in general, but he's a fun guy to watch. He's entertaining. That was also a really bad shot. That was a Russell Westbrook-esque 3-point attempt, but I think that was Jordan Poole.
Yeah, it was. It's interesting to see how they're running this second unit because they basically let Poole be Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the light version of Steph Curry.
Yeah, no, I agree. But that's what I was kind of going to bring up is that when you talk about Russell Westbrook, even LeBron at times, LeBron's smarter than that though. But Russell Westbrook and Poole, I feel like that's just from the school of Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry can get away with both those kind of shots, like those crazy deep threes, quick in the clock. And it works for Steph Curry. It just doesn't work for Russell Westbrook or Jordan Poole most of the time.
Yeah.
I like Dwight Howard in this situation, though, especially if it's Andre Iguodala guarding him down low. But LeBron wants to go and step back James Harden 3, and he hits it in his face, in his mouth, as people would like to say.
Oh, and now he's going down 18, 19 years in the league, still playing defense. Go.
I was talking about this earlier. That's something I like about LeBron. He's very passionate about every single second of the game. The most point, he can be up by 30, and if it's out of bounds and they make the wrong call, he'll be yelling at the refs. He's like, what is that? That's our ball, ain't it? That's our ball. I don't know if you remember that from the playoffs in the bubble. One of my favorite moments. That's our ball. David Lillard was dying out there.
Oh my goodness. Cool.
But,
Nick plays MM. I've never seen you in here before. How you doing? NBA
Nick plays. What up, Nick plays? I'm putting him on the screen.
I see that. Who's in?
You're talking hoops. I don't know what Russell Westbrook just did. I missed
it. Is that Jason Witten in his? Who is that? Is that Romo?
What are you talking about? Commentating? Oh, in
his little thumbnail there.
Yeah, I think it's Romo, but I'm not sure.
What is MM? Madden Mania?
Madden Mania. TDs is back. What up, TDs?
TDs!
Nick, like, subscribe, and all that. You already know the deal. We got live streams on all the time. We doing an NFL season. NBA games, and we got a bunch of cool shows and contests for the first time. Like, subscribe, all that. It's J100. It's Tony Tucker.
This is, you know what is worse for basketball season is the constant overreaction of any time you turn on something, right? I don't know who's doing that.
Oh, probably Joe Morley.
No, because I would be able to see them in here. So this is you doing this?
That's not me.
It has to be.
Oh, here we go. You know what? This is funny because this happened so much in my life, Tony Tucker, that eventually I just started taking blame for things that I didn't do because I just felt like it wasn't gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'd just be like, "Oh yeah, that was me," and then like the next day.
Actually, you know what?
Like,
it can be Joe because Joe has his. I see Joe in here. I didn't notice that Joe was in here. It is Joe. It is Joe. He's doing that. Well, Lakers get the Phoenix Suns on Friday, so they got what 72 hours to try and figure out how to
trade Russell Westbrook.
Use Russell Westbrook. They're not trading Russ. They're definitely not. But
just cut him. Don't even trade him. Just cut him. Why trade him?
This is a serious question. Do you think Russ would accept a sixth man role where they could run a unit with LeBron at the 2, that Bazemore and Carmelo out there? Do you think he would accept that role? Westbrook would accept that role.
This is actually a great question, Tony, because I thought that was going to be his role coming into the season. I thought he was going to be the sixth man, like a Manu Ginobili off the bench, someone that can like kind of just be the primary ball handler and try to score more because he plays like that. He has been playing like that for a while now with the Wizards. Like he kind of just was that guy that just give me the ball and I'm just going to do something crazy with it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't matter. I'm putting up triple double, whatever. I thought that was going to be his role here. And if he's having a good game as a sixth man, he'll finish the game off with the starting unit. If he's not, he goes back with the bench and they bring the starting 5 out there. I thought that was going to be kind of his role. So far, it hasn't been, and I think it probably should be his role. That's what I would try out. Now, will he accept it? Maybe that's our answer. Maybe that was their idea, and then he didn't accept it, and now he's with the starting 5. But I don't know. I think he makes the team worse, though, Tony. I know it's kind of crazy to say, but
I think that they talked to him about it before. I kind of agree with TD's here on this last comment. He says no, it's about his ego. Yeah. And I do think that he is still a starter. He is still an all-star, but this team to me functions better with him controlling more of the second unit because this off-the-ball business, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's tough because when you say he's an all-star, which he is, it's tough because look at the guys he's been around. Like he's been around great players, and every time he's been around these great players, he just makes them look worse and doesn't do anything for the team. Like he doesn't win championships. He doesn't do anything. Like he had Paul George, he had Carmelo Anthony when he was younger. He had Victor Oladipo. They didn't even make the playoffs. He had KD. They couldn't win a championship. James Harden. I mean, the list goes on of the great players he's played with, and he's made them all worse. The Wizards barely made the playoffs in a bad Eastern Conference last year. So in the play-in, you know what I'm saying, got swept in 4. So I think he does make the Lakers worse. And I was optimistic that maybe they would find something to make it work. But after 3 quarters so far, he's definitely made them worse. I think the Lakers would be up by about 12 at least right now if they didn't have Russell Westbrook on the court. All those missed field goals, those turnovers, those add up.
Yeah.
He hasn't been playing good defense, Tony. I've been saying since the first quarter. His defense has been bad. He gave Steph Curry 2 wide open threes in the first 5 minutes of play. Just walk up threes, and he decided not to play Steph Curry.
Well, also you also can't factor in for when he's standing in the corner, he's basically useless. They're not playing any defense on him. Yeah. Like the closest defender is 8 feet. They want him to take that shot in the corner.
Oh, yeah, of course. You hope he takes that shot.
So it gives the defense the ability to just sort of collapse on the center, not the literal position, but the center of the court, which clogs the lane so that LeBron can't even drive effectively. It's like I'm watching the offense. The lane isn't that clear because because the guy in the corner, nobody respects him. No, collapsing against the Warriors at home in a game that they've controlled for the majority of it. And now, like last year, that at least they played defense. Jordan Poole looks like a freaking all-star right now.
No one is guarding him. Look at Russ. No help deep. Is that Russ or AD? But someone has to help on that drive.
Fucking horseshit.
Little Wayne's over here looking. But that's the thing, when you break down the tape, because I've watched a lot of Russell Westbrook. I've broken down his tape. Like right here, Russ, come on, bro. Did you see that? He went like he was gonna help, and then he just stops. And he gives him a layup. And he does it. He's done this like for the past 6 years. He waits. So what he does, Tony, he waits for a rebound. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about playing defense. He just wants to get the rebound and hopes they miss. But when it's a wide open layup, Russell Westbrook, newsflash, he's probably not going to miss. He's an NBA player. But he does that. And sometimes they will miss that layup. And he has an easy rebound. He grabs it and he goes. He does that for 3-point shots. He doesn't close out. He goes to the rebound. It doesn't work against Steph Curry. It doesn't work against guys like Jordan Poole. So anyway, Tony, yeah, Russell Westbrook, I was very optimistic because I didn't want to just say the Lakers made a huge mistake. But like we talked about, I know I talked about this on this stream most likely. I talked about it on both other streams because I've been saying this all offseason. I had TikTok about this. Buddy Hield was a guy the Lakers should have gotten, not Russell Westbrook. Best case scenario, Buddy Hield and Kyle Lowry together would have been incredible. Then you have a true star point guard, and you have Buddy Hield who shoots lights out, plays defense. They both play defense. So now you have a guy in Russell Westbrook that doesn't play defense. We just seen that play, gave him a wide open layup. And then on top of that, he can't shoot. He's not going to be able to get you an automatic bucket late in the game like a guy like Giannis or something like that you can say, oh, it doesn't shoot, but he can give you a bucket at least. So I don't understand what Russell Westbrook's doing on this team. He's fun to watch on a bad team. He's fun to watch get triple-doubles. He's fun to watch go insane. Not fun to watch on a team that should be a contender, should be competitive, losing to a team that might not make the playoffs. So it's tough, Tony, because he's hurting the Lakers a lot, and it sucks to see that. You don't want to see him hurt a good team. You want to see him have fun and ball out and play bad defense in high-scoring games and put up 30 points on a bad team, even if they lose. So it's tough, Tony. That's my rant on Russell Westbrook for you for the night.
No, I didn't. He was not the guy that I was hoping they would get either. But it's one game, and it's still not over. But I don't feel good about it because Steph hasn't even gotten hot yet. He's not even shooting. This 10-point run is Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
this is. Oh man, it hurts.
And here's the thing, Tony, is that it's one game that's a pattern of his career, and specifically the last 5 years. But his whole career, really, if you think about it, at least his last years in OKC, and the rest of the time after that. So it's been tough.
I guess I just don't see where he fits. Is my thing. Like I don't see what part of the floor he fits for them.
Yeah, he doesn't really fit on this team. He needs to just have the ball, do outrageous things. Because on other teams, he would do this. It's nothing new, Tony. He'll take those terrible threes, hit the backboard, or airball it, or take a weird layup and just misshoot it. And then the next play, he gets a crazy dunk, or he gets a cool little layup, gets the basket, gets fouled, or whatever, and then it's all fine. And then the team that he's on, they're losing by 20 anyway. They suck. No one cares. They just want to see the highlights and the triple doubles. They don't care about defense or smart shots. But now they do care. So it's going to be tough. Thoughts on Kyrie though? TDs. I know me and Tony probably both have an opinion on it. I think he should be playing for the Nets. He should have played tonight. It's not his fault. It's the organization that said that he's not going to be able to play at all when he technically could have played in Milwaukee tonight. They probably would have won that game if Kyrie was there instead of getting blown out and embarrassed in the season opener. So the Nets organization, they need to get it together. They need to stop being idiots and let Kyrie actually play the games he's going to be allowed to play under New York State law, the mandate. But, if they're not going to play him, trade him. He's very valuable. Trade him for something. I don't know. It's just pointless. Trade him to a team that needs a point guard. They'll give up at least a draft pick or something because they have no leverage in the situation because they're choosing not to play him. So yeah, I think it's a dumb situation, TDs. The Nets are idiots. They could have won a game today and been 1-0. Instead, they want to stand on some, I don't know what reasoning that they're not going to play him. But anyway, that's my opinion on that.
My opinion is I'm over talking about COVID, so I don't give a shit about that part. What I'll say about this is if he doesn't want to play, I could see them trading him to a team that would make sure he's willing to accept a buyout and retire. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's trying to get some money off the books or whatever, and they're trying to move like a higher end big salary player off their books. I could see something where it's like, oh, we need to get something for Kyrie, and another team wants to have a buyout with a high salary guy. Oh, LeBron, knock it off.
Oh! Yo, LeBron is. He might have actually got hit. The fact that he just does it so much makes me think he didn't, but I'm sure he might have. I don't know. He could have. But the fact that every time he does that whole little I like it. It's fine. But anyway, and he has a little I promise thing on. That's pretty cool. He's a funny guy. But anyway, he's back.
Dude, he got hit in the head. He got hit really hard. But at the same time, it's like, just get up.
Yeah, a lot of guys they get hit, they get bounced back. They're like, "Hey, I'm here." LeBron does that, and I know why he does that. Maybe people say for attention. I disagree. I think he does that because in this league now, if you react like that, they'll at least review it for a flagrant foul.
And he's getting. Whether it was, but he grabbed his eye like, "Oh, can I still see? Am I gonna have to be a pirate for Halloween?" Like he's freaking out about stuff. It's like, dude, you got hit in the side of the head. He's getting a flagrant one because he made contact with the player's head.
Okay, I can see that. But I feel like I've seen fouls like that where they don't call it, even if it's at the head. It's like the taunting rule, Tony. To me, it's like the taunting rule. It's never really that consistent. But I can see because of the head, and it's LeBron, and he did the acting show, it should be a flagrant one. But and they could have been a flagrant one either way. I agree with that.
He hit him in the head twice.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like a little aftershock hit. You see that? He's like,
yeah,
I do agree.
So we got 2 panic-filled free throws from LeBron and the ball out of bounds.
Let's go, LeBron. And all right, but this is the thing. I want to talk to really quick, Cody, because Kyrie said he wants to play. The Nets are telling him that he can't play. He wants to play. So it's not like he doesn't want to play. The Nets could have played him today. The Nets
because the Nets are saying we want to be a basketball team. We don't want to have a part-time player on our team when you can't play in 40-something of the games. We don't want to figure out our offense for the games that you can legally play in. We want to move together as a team. I
agree with what you're saying, and I know what they're saying. But what I'm saying is they could trade him to a team that's outside of New York, and he'd be able to play just about almost every game outside of the few games that he played.
He doesn't want to play outside of New York. He wants what he wants. He wants to play in Brooklyn, and he doesn't want to get any shots.
Okay, so I get it. So it's definitely a conflict where the Nets. I'm still on Kyrie's side on this. I think the Nets should play him half the season, but I get it. They don't want to play him for half the season and not have him for the. I get the logic behind it. I just think that having a lot of money. Having him for 42 games is better than having him for none, in my opinion. So I would definitely take him for those 42, but it's fine. Let's go, LeBron.
Oh, welcome back, Avery.
Avery Bradley, bro. I know it's crazy he hasn't been getting too many minutes, but he just got picked up. The NBA is soft. TDs, I agree. It is very soft.
Russ is gonna.
I think he needs to stop being soft. I think Trae Young's existence in the NBA is because, well, first of all, his dad, and I get that whole thing, but it being soft. It's so soft. It's so easy to get free throws and score 20 points a game purely off of free throws and soft calls. But anyway, Lakers have made a run here. So now Stephen Curry is back for the Warriors, as well as Draymond Green, because I don't know why they were even out, Tony. I don't care if you're up by how much. You're playing against Anthony Davis and LeBron James. I don't care how much you're up by. You got to have your guys in. Anthony Davis is in. LeBron, I know he's in.
I love Avery Bradley. I'm so happy to have him back on the team.
He's a great player. What a pass. Avery Bradley's a baller.
He's such a
Go ahead.
Oh, he's so good. He fights on defense the whole time. He makes
exactly what I was going to say, Tony. Took the words out of my mouth, Tony Tucker. Is that I don't understand why you'd even want Westbrook, who doesn't play defense, when you have Avery Bradley, who plays such hard defense. Look at that. Against a guy who's like double his size. Play some defense.
You got him in the post.
You can miss.
Yeah, Russ doesn't fit here. Nothing I saw I didn't really watch any of the preseason games, but nothing I saw in the limited time I watched and tonight have I seen how this works out with Russell Westbrook on the floor with a center. You could go to a thing where LeBron is your center and it could work, spreading out the floor with Carmelo, LeBron. Just as soon as I say nice things, But if you spread it out with like Malik Monk,
I see it right after you said it, Tony. That's why you can't have nice things in Avery Bradley's world.
but if you play with a big, and I mean technically you can spread the floor with Anthony Davis. I just don't love that idea.
Well, that's the thing. Just like with the Kyrie situation, Tony, if you're playing for the Lakers, the game plan has to be centered around Anthony Davis. You can't. Oh, and then I don't know who's guarding Stephen Curry on that. Another why I don't think he got caught on the screen. But same thing, Tony. You can't have a game plan without Anthony Davis being the focal point of that game. Oh, AD for three.
6'11", 290 pounds. Let's jack up a three when you've been dominating in the post.
And Draymond threw it out of bounds. You see Draymond just throw the ball out of bounds for no reason? Why would you do that? You could just let it go and get the ball, or you could throw it out of bounds.
I think he was just trying to keep the tempo up. That's sort of his style. It's his thing, you know, like get the ball, move, let's go, let's run, let's.
I mean, I get that because normally he would throw it to his teammate and hopefully his teammate grabs it or whatever. And I get that. Balenci, whatever his name is, was there. My bad, I messed his name up. But he threw it like clearly out of Eagles' reach. How do you say his name again? Lucia. I forgot. Oh, Russell Westbrook on lead. That should be a bucket. Oh, it is a bucket. Let's go, Avery Bradley. But TDs, just to answer that really quick, we're watching the closing of this game. Le'Veon Bell, I believe he sat out because he had to pay child support, bro. That's like a personal thing from people I know that I don't want to get into this personal life that much. But Kyrie doesn't have any motives to sit out this year, from what I know. I don't know Kyrie at all. I don't know anyone that knows Kyrie personally like that. But I don't think that he has any motives to sit out this year. There you go. Your two big men shooting threes late in the game, Tony Tucker and Bricken. Back-to-back, 80 to LeBron. How do you feel about that, Tony? You're two big men who should be dominating the paint, just taking threes like somewhat early in the shot clock.
I don't love it.
LeBron, get to the paint where you should be.
I hate it. It drives me nuts. Sometimes the new thought of basketball of like, yeah, we just got to get up as many threes as we can because if we shoot this percentage, we're going to win the game. I don't like it. I don't agree with it.
Either. It makes so much sense to get the ball by the basket and just finish with a dunk. It just makes so much more sense.
Is this being reviewed? Because if it is, that's a turnover on LeBron.
It is a turnover on LeBron. It's off.
They already ruled it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they're reviewing it or what they ruled because my TV's on mute. But I know it was clearly off LeBron. So
I know, but he originally called it off of the Warriors.
Oh, okay. So they're reviewing it. Okay.
So maybe they did use their challenge or whatever. Be great.
Yeah, that was clearly off LeBron.
Down 7, 4 minutes to go, and you're.
But the good thing, Tony, and we know this, basketball possessions at this time of the game don't mean nearly as much as like football or anything like that. So it's fine. It's not a big turnover. I mean, it's like LeBron had that turnover with like a few seconds left, down by 1, where he just threw the ball out of bounds to nobody for no reason and it cost him the game. This is not that. He'll be fine.
I mean it is. It's a big possession when you're down 7 points.
They did challenge it, by the way.
You're not playing any defense.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Tony. Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. You got to start playing defense at some point. They have 108 points on you, and it's still 420 left. You just talked about the Pistons are giving up 63 points a game or something, like an entire game. This game has a long way to go, and the Lakers have already given up 108. And Curry hasn't been cooking, like you said, and this team might not even make the playoffs. And the Lakers are not. They're doing good on offense. They got 101, but defensively, 25 in the fourth, 108. And LeBron is complaining to the ref, saying he's mad at him, yelling at him like, "You can't see what's going on."
Well, I think he wanted a foul. I think he wanted the contact. He wanted something there, but I mean,
LeBreezy makes your life so easy.
You just can't.
Did LeBron get a tech? No way. There's no way LeBron got a tech. They didn't get no tech to LeBron. LeBron don't get techs. He runs the refs.
It's been something to watch.
My bad. I came in loud. I was trying to hear. No, it wasn't a tech. What was that, Tony? I seen the ref do this and then stop the game.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's going to be a tough year. This reminds me of the year when LeBron went to the Lakers and they just couldn't make the playoffs and they couldn't do anything. And we thought, oh, LeBron's on the Lakers now. They're going to make the playoffs, and they missed the playoffs. And then they got AD the next year and won a championship. It kind of reminded me of that year just off this first game. Do you remember that season when LeBron first came to the Lakers and it felt like it was going to be good and it just wasn't?
I'll be in there in a minute. Go lay down. I know exactly what you're talking about. I disagree with you, but I get what you're saying. It was a completely different team. You're talking about a team that had a bunch of young guys that LeBron basically walked around with contempt around BI and Hart and all. Like, he was just like, I don't even want to play with these young people. And then at Christmas, before the groin injury that year, they were 20-14, and they smoked the Warriors on Christmas Day with Kevin Durant. Do you remember that game?
I do. I remember that game specifically because that's the game that everyone brings up when you talk about that team missing the playoffs. They were like, but they were smacking the Warriors though. But the Warriors lost to the Lakers, I think, before LeBron. Like with that one team they had with like Bi and Lonzo and Kuzma, like, and we know that it's like the Jets beat the Titans this year, Tony. That doesn't mean that the Jets are this, like, you know what I'm saying, like, great team or anything, like, or like a solid team. So
yeah, but hold the fucking phone when you say stuff like that.
Let's go. That's not me, Tony. My hands are right here.
I know. Joe's fucking with me right now. Listen, you when you say stuff like that, you're comparing a Jets team where their best player is like Tevin Coleman against the Lakers who had LeBron James. Like,
no, I know.
In your analogy. But what I'm saying is string together a sentence that like actually has some credence to it. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind.
I'm just saying, it's a team that missed the playoffs that wasn't very good, that beat a good team on Christmas Day, a memorable game. But that one win doesn't change all the losses they had that year and all the ups and downs they had. But no, they were an okay team. They're a lot better than the Jets in comparison to the leagues that they're in. Of course, I think they barely missed the playoffs. They were like the 10th seed or something like that. I'm not saying that they were like the worst team in the league. I'm just saying, you know, they weren't good that year.
Your analogy it's not even close. The Jets were winless. The Lakers were in third place that year in the Western Conference when that happened. It wasn't like they were in 10th place in the West. They were in third place when the injury happened. It was a good team with young players.
They're all right. LeBron didn't even want to come back to that team, I think, but
no, and he didn't. He got his way. He traded. He got veterans.
I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean. There's middle ground here, and the middle ground is they were a good team. They weren't terrible. I know the Jets they were winless. Their Jets are terrible. Lakers weren't terrible. This team's not terrible. No matter how bad the Lakers could lose the next 6 games, and they're down by 12 right now. But anyway, they could lose the next 6-7 games. They're not a terrible team. They're not the Jets. Even if they lose their first 12 games, they're not the Jets. They have Anthony Davis and they have LeBron. They have players. But the thing is that they're not like right now. They're still contenders in my mind, even though this is a really bad game. But that year they weren't contenders. They weren't really anyone that we would think would get past the first, second round if they get past the first. But that's all I'm saying is that they weren't like threats. This year they are a threat though. That's the difference. This year, I think everyone has them as like the favorite to win the championship. And it's just looking really bad, but it's only one game. That's kind of my point here, Tony, is that one game don't make the season. But Russell Westbrook's look terrible, and they need to get rid of him somehow. I'm already over the optimism of Russell Westbrook being on the Lakers, Tony. Because I was optimistic. I tried to be optimistic. I mean, I wasn't at first. When I first heard the news, I was pretty upset. I made TikToks about Lakers are done. This is terrible. But over time, I was optimistic, Tony, and that optimism has ran out very fast, and I think they should get rid of him like by this week. He's a Geno Smith, and again, he's way better than Geno Smith at what he does, like 1,000,000 times better, 1,000,000,000,000 times better. But right now, he just feels like the Geno Smith of this team, where I just don't want him on this team. Like, I don't want him at all playing. Sorry for my
I lied,
extreme
Joe.
analogies.
I lied. I can't watch any Laker games and not be in a shitty mood when they're getting beat by Jordan Poole and Anthony Wiggins.
And LeBron James just I I don't know how it happened. I'm looking at it. I didn't get the greatest angle, but it looked like he just dribbled the ball to bounds. Did it get tipped or something? Not. It's Warriors ball though, so I don't know. Yeah, that turnover might have been the one that you were talking about earlier. That turnover wasn't bad. That turnover might have been the thing that sealed the deal. Down by 12 with 12 left. But see how Avery Bradley is playing great defense on Curry. I don't know if you just seen that possession where he missed. Russell Westbrook hasn't done that all game. Russell Westbrook has been giving him open jumpers, giving him space for I don't know what reason.
Oh fucking A, he's bad.
Russell Westbrook 6 points, 3 for 12 field goal.
You can't the team would be better with Malik Monk and Avery Bradley and Melo and all these guys getting the minutes and LeBron dominating the ball.
I agree.
Then,
when you think about this, Tony, he missed 9 shots, and most of those shots were terrible shot selection. They're just bad shots. They were wasted possessions, most of them. Not all of them. But you take those 9, if you get 2 points on those 9 possessions, that's 18 points. You're winning this game easily. So yeah, Tony, I'm officially, if you want to make it official, I'm not messing with Russell Westbrook this year. Curry with another rebound, by the way, talking about his underrated rebounding ability. What up, FloJo? Yes, we've been talking about this all day. Gave this game away, literally not playing defense. They can't even have Westbrook guard Curry at this point. And Westbrook's knocking out AD to get a rebound because he just cares about his stats more than anything else. Like Monk, he needs more run. Yes, I've been saying that all game. I think the exact same thing. I don't know why he's not in the game. I don't know what Frank Vogel's done or what this front office has done even. But Russell Westbrook.
What's going on, Joe?
Lakers on pace to go 0-72.
Holy
oh my
shit.
goodness, he's not wrong, Tony.
Aren't they playing 82 games this year? Aren't they back to a full schedule? Get your shit
I don't
together.
know. But they can go 0-72 and then lose 10 more games. Technically, they're on pace for both of those.
I'm so pissed off right now. This is just so bad. And then I got to get up tomorrow and I got to listen. And here's the thing, any sports talk you listen to, it's all going to be overreactions about how bad the Lakers are. And it just confirms all the stuff that I think as a fan. Like all the things that go through my head where it's like, yes, thank you for crediting us with the extra 10 losses. Thank you. It does make me happy.
But Tony, isn't it an overreaction though? If what they're saying is what we're really seeing with their own eyes right now, I don't know if it's an overreaction at this point.
It's not
bad.
But you have to give it a little more time. Definitely by Thanksgiving, I could see myself being on this isn't working out, Russ, where would you like to go? And then we'll take the best trade that we can get there. Like, I don't know, do something that's going to work out.
Well, Tony, this is like what I'm thinking. I've seen NBA teams that have a lot of star talent and it doesn't work out like the first few games or whatever. And people say, give it time for them to mesh and have chemistry and things like that. Because originally we all thought it was going to work out great and they're going to be dominant, whatever. This doesn't feel the same to me because when that trade happened, I thought it was a bad fit. Like, I think a lot of us didn't think it was a good idea when it first happened, Tony. So I think this is just more like showing us that what we thought was right, as opposed to like the Heat when they first had their first season and their first few games. And you knew Chris Bosh was good, you knew Dwayne Wade and LeBron James were good, and that was a good fit. This doesn't feel like a good fit from the jump. So that's where my concern is with the Lakers is that this didn't look good in the beginning. Let's give it a shot. But game one already, you're getting tossed around by the Warriors, who are borderline playoff team in the West.
Yeah,
Jonathan Kuminga hasn't even played a minute yet, I don't think. And he's supposed to be their big guy that's supposed to like be the Kevin Durant replacement or whatever. I haven't seen him on the court.
Who?
The cum bucket, Jonathan Kuminga. He's supposed to be their guy. That's supposed to their draft pick that was supposed to make them back to be a playoff team or whatever. And I don't see it. I guess you still got Wiggins, which Wiggins is a really good player, but type of player you don't want to trade or anything in your fantasy draft. Or I'm just playing, Tony.
I don't give a shit. I got it.
What just happened right now? Why is LeBron so upset?
Because he fouled Wiggins, and it's like the ref knew he was going for the quick foul. He grabbed him around the waist, and they let him dribble through it. He's pissed about it. I get it. At least LeBron not pointing.
I mean, they called it though, because he didn't get fouled by no one else. They blew the whistle, and he was just roaming free. But see, that is where, and I get this because I've been around basketball like my entire life. There's star players in every league. In this league, it's LeBron James is the biggest price star, has the most star power, biggest name. They don't want to call that foul probably because they think LeBron doesn't want it. They probably think like, oh, let's hold the whistle on that one. Like, it's LeBron James. But they don't realize that he's trying to actually get the call purposely. And they're like, oh, my bad. I thought you wanted me not to call it. So I get that. I've seen that happen in a few leagues where someone gets mad, like, I'm trying to draw a foul. And they're like, oh, my bad. We'll call it next one when we see you touch him. And then the next one, you won't even touch him. You run over there and you almost touch him, and they call a foul for you. And you're like, thank you. So
I guess, but with 40 seconds, they're down by 9 points. Like, I'm sure they heard the coach saying, like, foul on the inbound. Like, that was the plan going in.
I get it from the Lakers perspective, but I'm saying from the Russ perspective, he sees LeBron James in that motion doing what he's doing. His first thought is probably like, I'm not going to call this on LeBron. Is what I'm saying. Naturally, then now you have to be conscious of it. I think that's my, because I've been there before. I've been to LeBron, and I've been on teams with like a LeBron type player, so I've seen that before. You just talk to the ref. That's all. You don't yell at him like that. You just talk to him. Be like, hey, I'm trying to get these fouls, and he'll be like, oh, okay. I'll call it. And then the next time you don't even touch them. You just run over there and they'll call it. Just give them a little tap on the shoulder after the call.
All right, Chad. I'm done with this. Lakers lost.
Yeah. Is it done now?
The end result doesn't matter.
Oh, AD hit that 3 though.
Who gives a shit? He's like 1 for 6 in the game. I don't want my center shooting 3-pointers.
Why is this silver lining for you from Flojo? At least brought out painting on his front hairline. Is that some silver lining? Maybe.
No, I'm not. I don't want to entertain LeBron hair jokes right now.
Tony, air hug for Tony right now.
I don't want an air hug. I don't want anything. Russell Westbrook is going to figure this shit out, or he's going to be traded. That's the bottom line.
But what do you get in a trade for Russell Westbrook? What do you think you get at this point? What do you want at least? Kyrie? No, because California is the same way. You can't get Kyrie out. It's the same situation.
No, I don't even want that kind of a player. I want the player that we were talking about before, which was Buddy Hield. The player I really wanted from Washington and have wanted all along was Bradley Beal. I wanted Bradley Beal 2 years.
I don't like Bradley Beal, Tony.
I do, because he's
Bradley Beal's. Go ahead.
He's the perfect player for LeBron James. He can play a little bit of defense. He shoots the 3 at a really high clip, and he works hard. He's intense, and Bradley Beal's not going to win championships on his own. But next to LeBron James, he would become a much better player. He would elevate his game.
I don't know. But see, that goes back to the Westbrook thing. That's what we were saying this offseason with Westbrook. LeBron and AD are going to be the mentors for him to play different and play better. Bradley Beal's going to be the same player on the Lakers like he was on the Wizards. He's not going to be that good. He's going to be another guy that plays on bad teams, that puts up a lot of shots and hits them sometimes. And he's another Westbrook with just a better shooter. And of course, without the other things.
They need a better shooter. Every time Westbrook was in the corner, the closest defender to him was in like Toluca Lake. They weren't even in the arena. They were in like 6 cities away because they don't respect him. They want him to take the corner jumper because he's not a good 3-point shooter. If Beal was in the corner, or Buddy Hield was in the corner, or even Brogdon was in the corner, somebody who can knock down the 3, then there's a better chance. But if you are spacing the floor with him, I would rather have Westbrook have the ball at the top, but I don't trust him as much as LeBron as the facilitator. I know LeBron's not a good passer, whatever you said, but he's good enough to pass the ball.
No,
to
for
the
sure.
open guy in the corner.
A lot higher basketball IQ than Russell Westbrook. He'll make better decisions. He'll do better things. He won't turn the ball over so much. Won't take as dumb of shots. He's a better shooter as well. But yeah, I think Buddy Hield is the guy, Tony. You need Buddy Hield in that corner. You need Buddy Hield on defense. You need Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's that guy. I don't like Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's not a winner in my opinion. I'm not a fan of Bradley Beal. Russell Westbrook's not a winner in my opinion. I'm not a big fan. I'm a fan of them as athletes and as NBA players. But as far as who I want the Lakers to win a championship, Bradley Beal's not going to win you a championship. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be on a championship team, I think, in his career. I don't think Westbrook is either, unfortunately. It looks like this was his chance. I don't know if it's going to happen. He had a chance with KD. Harden didn't happen. I think Buddy Hield's a guy, Tony, that you bring that you can win a championship with behind, because he'll play his role behind AD and LeBron. He'll know his role. He'll know what he's supposed to do. Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook can try to do too much all season. It's just stupid. They don't know. They have no IQ. They have no basketball IQ. I don't know. They're just not winners, Tony. So that's my opinion. It's tough. One game. I know we're overreacting maybe a little bit to one game, maybe because we like, LA bias or whatever they call it, West Coast bias or whatever. But yeah, I never liked the Westbrook or Beal trade to the Lakers. Buddy Hield or Kyle Lowry or Malcolm Brogdon, like you said, those are the guys. But Buddy Hield was the guy.
Well, that's not what we have to work with. Russ is going to figure it out.
By the way, Stephen Curry, triple-double, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. I was stupid for sitting him for Russell Westbrook or whoever I did. Yeah, whatever I did, that was stupid. I probably would have won that fantasy game. But
well, it's a nice parting gift for me that I got a triple-double out of Steph Curry before he gets traded away tomorrow morning.
Oh, there you go. Little present for you. But, yeah, I forgot that trade. I wasn't even thinking about that trade. But Stephen Curry, yeah, he's a good rebounder. But the fact that he did that was the no defense that he got when Russell Westbrook was guarding him. It was just bad because he didn't really look like he did anything this game, Tony. It was just hot start. Stephen Curry, from a scoring perspective, it didn't really look like he was doing much out there. He got 21 points still. He just had a bunch of wide open shots early, and they switched Bradley on him, and he got pretty much contained from Bradley and the other dude was guarding him.
He didn't shoot very well this evening. I don't know what the numbers were, but he didn't shoot very well. It doesn't matter. You can't allow Jordan Poole to go on a 12-0 run. It just can't happen. I don't care who's guarding him. It's Jordan Poole. Like, he's a nice player. He's a fun story. But if you're going to be a really good team, you can't let that happen. They went away from all the things that were working for a period of time, and they lost, and it sucks, and I'm not happy. I'm going to get out of here. I don't know if you want to end this with me or without me.
Yeah, we'll take this to an end, Tony. There's been plenty of more brutal games for the Lakers, it seems like, this season, so we won't dwell on this one too much, Tony Tucker. Any last words?
Nothing. I have nothing good to say.
All right, y'all. Thanks for showing up. We appreciate you. NBA season going to be beautiful. It's J100 and Tony Tucker, y'all. Much love.